Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM, 97.3.
The power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Achobo atana nyongo yo nyongo no nyongo meko menchobo okleje nyongo oni ashi ose na ba fipo manchanya manche boko be ni tamobo Boka kente yafa, no can shop bashian. Kaji obele anyanga, ne kaji ongawe moko nye abele. Bonyoha shilafo enani, doha kende, ufo haji. Wababo semene ketie ogbe konkole Yehovah dao Come on Happy Come on
Breakfast show. Rise above the noise. Citi 97.3.
It's a beautiful song to start your day. Reverend Marcoy and Perez Music. We love Perez Music and his gun touch to the ministry. great way to start your way is a song that's reflecting on God's goodness and praising Him for all He's done, just as David did in 2 Samuel 7. He says, then King David went in and sat before the Lord and said, who am I, sovereign Lord, and what is my family, that you have brought me this far? And as if this were not enough in your sight, sovereign Lord, you have also spoken about the future of the house of your servant, and this decree, sovereign Lord, is for a mere human. What more can David say to you? For you know your servant, sovereign Lord, for the sake of your word and according to your will, you have done this great thing and made it known to your servant. There are many great things the Lord has done. Many great things He has done through many people for you. And with all the madness and all the rush, make time to sit back, reflect, and be grateful. Gratitude is the beginning of greater things. So this morning we're grateful for the opportunity to serve you through radio. We're grateful for the opportunity to contribute to national development. I'm grateful for you, your attention. Without it, we will not be here. So thank you. And join us always 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. Business Sense this morning. Pause, reflect, and be grateful for all the many blessings that have come your way. What are you grateful for? This morning, grateful to have Richard Delaska in the studio.
Yeah, man.
We did side. We did the news review. Yes, but the Business Sense, is brought to us. We are grateful to ABSA, for bringing businesses.
Yes.
ABSA says no matter how nice your landlord is, nothing beats owning your own home. And ABSA knows this, which is why this 2026 we are helping you say yes to making it happen. With an ABSA mortgage, you can finance your dream home with flexible, tailored solutions. Get up to 5 million Ghana cedis with 5 to 15 years to pay back on a fixed interest rate this 2026. Say yes to your home sweet home. Visit an ABSA branch to apply for an ABSA mortgage today. Your story matters, ABSA. And the news review we're bringing you shortly, that's brought to you by Zonda and Fidelity. Ghana is building, Ghana is moving, Ghana deserves the best, and now world-class vehicles are being assembled right here at home. Welcome to Zonda Tech Ghana Limited, your one-stop automobile shop and proud operators of an impressive automobile assembly plant right here in Ghana. From heavy-duty trucks powered by global giants Sinotrack to premium SUVs and pickups from Great Wall Motors and Cherry, dependable light-duty trucks by Folland to world-class construction equipment from Shantui and Sunny Group. Visit us. Whether you're expanding your fleet, building infrastructure, growing your agribusiness, or upgrading your personal drive, choose strength, choose quality, choose locally assembled excellence. Fidelity Bank says your salary deserves better, so switch to us today. Enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, contact us on 0800 003355, fidelitybank.com.gh. Connect with us on socials, Fidelity Bank GH, Fidelity Bank, believe with us. Let me say a special good morning to Godfred Akotobuafo.
Good morning,
and Richard Alaska.
Yes. Good morning, my brother. So let's take off this morning.
Sure.
Let me go with the Daily Guy.
Yeah.
The Daily Guy says this morning, ex-Buffer Stock CEO denied access to lawyers. Temameda, police chase
Killer soldier
with 100,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
There's a photograph here. Then also Kumasi celebrates birthday boy Otumfo.
The front page of the Daybreak newspaper this morning also deals with the Buffer Stock story, this time from the parliamentary side. Afenyomakin Japs EOCO. A victory 2028. Some people are already in that line. Afoko meets Baumia, Kufuado, Kufuor, and others. Also on the front page, supplier credibility pops up. This on the chopper deal as police shun 50-year-old aircraft.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Finally, MPP chair race. Paul Afoko buckles down meets Baumia Kufu et al. Also on the front page this morning, Roads Minister mad over slow pace of work on Techiman Wenchi Road. And inflation rises marginally to 3.4% in April.
I'll wrap up with the daily graphics front page. Ghana, 2 others pilot after digital trade. Gomwa Central will be West Africa's trade hub within 10 years. This is coming from the IMP. Very ambitious plan he has. Kwame Asari being the Member of Parliament on medical neglect. 7 to face disciplinary action over Charles Emise's death.
That's correct. And I'll take you online, Channel 1 News Online.com. Charles Emise's family set up foundation to improve emergency response system. Still on him. Key recommendations by committee are detailed here. The health minister has ordered sanctions against the medical staff over Charles Emise's death. And Charles died from medical neglect, not trauma. That's according to the Wager Children's Hospital to be operational in 3 weeks. So that's some feedback to our conversation from yesterday. Oral was just noise, lacked legal basis. John Dako is speaking here. Gideon Buako accuses BOG of using accounting gimmicks to project solvency. And Adongo says government is committed to recapitalizing Bank of Ghana. There are other stories here. If I take you to citynewsroom.com, Ghana petitions AU over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Ex-NAFCO boss case, we need good men in our system, justice system. This is Godfred Dame speaking here. And why issue OMO above policy? Gideon Boakum queries BOG strategy, speaking from our point of view last night. More stories here. Ghana UAE to expand energy cooperation, target oil storage and renewals. And if I take you to the High Street Journal this morning, they are leading with the poultry sector. Government positions poultry as strategic growth sector, but can the new master plan rescue a struggling industry? Big question here. Locked out of opportunities, systemic barriers stall entrepreneurs living with disabilities in Ghana. Ghana's digital trade shift raises the stakes for Africa's fintech integration. That's another story here. If you go to my journal line, Ghana petitions AU over xenophobic attacks on African nationals in South Africa. That's here as well. Do not spend public trust for headlines. Felix Kwache fires warning to media. GES has released 2026-2027 academic calendar. BEC is set for May 2027. Land ownership structures in Ghana are more confusing and chaotic. David Vosudote is speaking here. And man's hand severed in Cutlass clash at Achim Nkwanum. I saw this video of 2 guys holding machetes. Three actually, another one joining, and we're just doing some exchanges. I'm like, boy, what's going on here? Very disturbing incident there. And if you go elsewhere, Reuters, Trump sees swift end to war as Iran reviews peace proposals. Let's jump into the details.
We'll start from the committee report on the front page, on page 13 of the daily graphic. Medical neglect, 7 to face disciplinary action over Charles Emise's death. A story by Beatrice Lai and Jocelyn Kafui Nyaji. The Ministry of Health has ordered 7 health professionals from the Police Hospital, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, named in a report following an inquiry into the death of a road accident victim, to face disciplinary action. Dr. Ida Droante, Dr. Genevieve Aja, Joy Daisy Nelson, and Salamatu Alasan, all of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, along with Dr. Nina Naomi Eiram and Akusua B. Texan of the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and Dr. Anne-Marie Kudou of the Police Hospital, are to face disciplinary action for their roles in the death of Charles Emisa, victim of a hit-and-run accident. The independent investigation chaired by renowned pathologist and a former Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Jimambidu Akosa, found that Emisa did not die instantly from the road accident injuries, but from prolonged preventable blood loss due to failure of emergency medical care. So directives have been issued on this, but some details from the report says that Emisa was alive at every stage, from the accident scene to the police hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and Kolebu Teaching Hospital. But none of those facilities provided timely life-saving intervention, such as bleeding control, IV fluids, or blood transfusion. The report stated that pathology confirmed a slow death from medical neglect, emphasizing that early intervention at any point could have saved his life. The fatal injury, a deep arm wound damaging major blood vessels, was survivable with basic emergency care, the report said. Then they'll go on to make some other recommendations. We'll get into that on the main show. The members of the committee were included the technical advisor at the Ministry of Health, Dr. Koku Awono Williams, consultant of emergency medicine, Dr. Conrad Buckle, fellow in emergency medicine at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Henry Kwesi Bule. We also had senior emergency medicine physician at the University of Ghana Medical Center, Dr. Kwame Ekremet, emergency and critical care nurse Faustina Excel, emergency and critical care nurse Gertrude Nana Kunedu Ajimai, head and director legal of the Ministry of Health, Inwa Yusu, and administrative manager at the Ministry of Health, Da Costa or say
we'll spend more time on this one, but Sky.
Yes. Very, very unfortunate development. Let me take you to page 6 of the Daily Guide this morning. Tema murder, police chase killer soldier with 100,000 Ghana cedis. Prince Fifi York reports from Tema that police have launched a nationwide manhunt for a serving soldier, Prince Kra, who is alleged to have murdered his friend Ebenezer Kwabena Obiri and his wife Mary Enim at Saki near Temagov City on May 1, 2026. Now the victims, both found in a pool of blood in their apartment, are believed to have been attacked with a machete. Now Ebenezer Kwabena, a 45-year-old fuel tanker driver, and his 22-year-old pregnant wife were discovered lifeless, while their 3-year-old daughter was found alive in the same room after reportedly being left alone for nearly 3 days without food or water. This is a truly heartbreaking development, and we pray that the people, if any, with information on this gentleman would contact the police and ensure that the right thing is done. Justice takes its course. In the meantime, though, another story on page 6 of the Daily Guide, which troubles me. Military officers whip teachers in Takwa and Swayim. Now, the story is by Emmanuel Opoko from Takoradi. It says some teachers of Adiewoso Basic School in the Takwa and Swayim municipality of the Western region were subjected to severe beatings and other forms of molestation by some men believed to be military officers. Now, the incident, which occurred on Thursday, April 30, 2026, left the teachers traumatized by the action of the supposed military men. According to the Wasa West District Branch of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, on Tuesday, April 28, 2026, the purported military men stormed the area on the invitation of a rubber processing company which has its operations in the area. Now, they were said to have been invited to stop illegal miners or galamseyers in the town from mining on the rubber plantation of the processing company, which is very close to the town. Now, the action by the soldiers resulted in a confrontation between them and galamseyers. Now, the soldiers therefore left for their barracks after the banter. Then they returned later and apparently did what they did. There has to be some investigation.
You have the machete story.
It's here.
The three ninjas.
Yes. Charlie, man's hand severed in cutlass clash at Achim Nkwanum. So a man is in critical condition after his hand was severed during a violent clash confrontation at Achim Nkwanum New Market in the Eastern Region. Confirming the incident to Adum News, the assemblyman for the Achim Abuabo electoral area in the Brim Central Municipality, Manuel Apiakubi, said the clash involved the security personnel and workers at the Galamsey site in the area. He explained that the violence began at the illegal mining site following a misunderstanding between the security officer and the workers. Quote, this confusion broke out between the security and the workers at the site, and the security man pulled his gun and shot one of the workers. The situation escalated further when the parties later returned to town. Mr. Kubi noted that the injured workers' colleagues, upon spotting the security officer, allegedly launched a retaliatory attack. When they returned to town, the other colleagues saw the security officer and launched an attack on him, resulting in a cutlass fight. So this is stemming from a Galamsey fight. Galamsey side continuing at the market site.
All three of them should have serious questions to answer to the police.
The police
and
found them.
Seriously.
The police found them. On page 8 of the Daybreak newspaper, I don't know whether this came up yesterday, Linda Oklu's U-turn on transfer to the north as a punishment. So,
no, she issued a statement yesterday.
Yes.
So we've not read it. So you can give us
So the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Obenewa Akwele Oklu has stepped on the back pedal on her public comment that suggested that transferring public or civil servants to Northern Ghana to work was a form of punishment. And in a statement dated May 5, 2026, the Greater Accra Regional Minister acknowledged that her comment in the widely circulated video suggested postings to Northern Ghana be seen as punitive. She described the remark as, quote, a slip in communication that does not reflect her actual views or official public service policies. Quote, my attention has been drawn to a widely circulated video in which I made remarks suggesting that postings to the northern part of our beloved country could be considered as a form of punishment. I wish to state without reservation that the comments captured in the video were a genuine slip in communication and do not reflect my considered views, nor do they represent the established policies and procedures governing staff postings within the public service. So that came yesterday. The chief of staff, is he still celebrating his birthday?
No, yes, I think that has passed.
He needs to pay attention to his intake. there's a lot happening that he needs.
That requires his attention.
That requires that he's enjoying himself a bit too much.
I'm sure he would go to the north and
do the needful.
It's okay.
Meanwhile, though, the Daily Guide has a story, an editorial, where they say that a gaffe, an apology, somewhere in there they say, remember her cynical remark. This is talking about the Greater Accra Regional Minister during the Ablikmano constituency election, a rerun when vote buying allegations were made. She told those making the allegation,
they should also
the
go buy votes if they want.
MPP, that they too should go and buy votes. The regional minister should understand that the office she holds belongs to the people of Ghana. When she seeks to run it as though it is an NDC office, she would continue to make those unacceptable slips. And that is it. But I want to quickly draw attention to a beautiful article that is creating a lot of disagreements on page 4 of the Daily Guide this morning. Parentage, not paternity. Ghana's proposed compulsory paternity testing bill sparks fears of discrimination against mothers. So you remember that, what's his name? The man from Guma. Yes, A+. Yes, he proposed that a bill should go before Parliament and he will lead it. With bill will criminalize women making claims that a particular man impregnated them, when in fact someone else did, which is some sort of fraud, he argues. And that in those cases, the woman should face criminal penalty for having deceived the woman and then the man, and then also the public and the family for that matter.
So it has made its way into Parliament?
Well, it's being considered, drafted, or whatever A+ is doing. But what it is that it is creating a lot of storm. Now, it follows recent reports of many DNA tests showing up that Charlie.
Remember, there was a report like that that gave some percentages with respect to.
I'm interested in seeing the data.
So the writer, who is a justice of the High Court, Her Ladyship Justice Sedinam Awu Kwadam, a powerful writer.
Solid.
She argues that this involves discrimination and that we should look at it carefully. So if you're interested in that, you'll find that on page 4 of the Daily Guide.
Right, we'll all take a look at it. But Ghana has petitioned AU over xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Ghana has formally petitioned this is citynewsroom.com. Ghana has formally petitioned the African Union to place the recurring xenophobic attacks against African nations in South Africa on the agenda of the upcoming 8th mid-year coordination meeting of the continental body. The request was contained in a letter dated May 6, 2026 by the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, and addressed to the chairperson of the Africa Union Commission in Addis Ababa. According to the letter, Ghana wants the matter discussed as a matter of urgent continental interest during the AU meeting scheduled to take place in El Alamein in Egypt from June 24 to 27 this year. So that's the agenda on the continental front.
I'll stay with the foreign affairs side of things on page 43 of the Daily Graphic. Reparatory justice framework. Ghana has been leading that charge, and Accra will host a high-level dialogue in June. A story by Pacom Emmanuel Dameli. A high-level consultative dialogue to design a common framework on reparatory justice for submission to the United Nations will be held in Accra from June 17 to 19 this year. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has announced the conference to be hosted by President John Dramani Mahama in his capacity as the African Union champion on reparatory justice is intended to consolidate international momentum and shape a structured, inclusive, and action-oriented global pathway following the landmark United Nations resolution on the trafficking of enslaved Africans.
Let's stay on the continent because the back page of the Chronicle has a story concerning yesterday's big event in Accra by the Bank of Ghana together with allied or similar banking institutions across Africa. Ghana to pilot Africa's first digital trade corridor. This is according to the Vice President. Now, Ghana will partner Rwanda, Zambia, and other African countries to pilot a continental digital trade corridor aimed at transforming cross-border transactions and accelerating economic integration. Vice President Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman has announced, now delivering the presidential address under the theme Shaping Africa's Integrated Digital Economy at the 2026 3i Africa Summit in Accra on Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. She said the initiative would focus on mobile money interoperability, mutual recognition of digital identity for cross-border verification, and harmonized electronic invoicing systems. Now, the move, she explained, is part of a broader effort to reposition Africa from fragmented digital progress to a fully integrated continental economy. What I argue, which is consistent with my dissertation at the LLM level, is that we need a cryptocurrency to support common payment systems across the continent.
It's an important one. And just on that, continental transactions trade and digital, Ghana's digital trade shift raises the stakes for Africa's fintech integration agenda. This is the High Street Journal. Ghana's digital trade alignment signals shift to integrated fintech systems, with success hinging on interoperability, regulation, infrastructure, and Africa's ability to control cross-border transactions. So Ghana's decision to align with a continental digital trade order marks a decisive shift from ambition to execution and raises fundamental questions about how Africa will build, control, and benefit from its digital economy. Now, at the opening of the 3i Africa Summit 2026 in Accra, so Vice President Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman announced that Ghana would work with peer African countries, including some of the nations you mentioned a bit earlier. So more details on the High Street Journal.
I think it's the Daybreak on page 3, where the paper reports that NPP chairman hopeful Awentami Paul Afoko has begun the second phase of a series of high-level consultative meetings with key figures in the party, including former Vice President and flag bearer of the party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former President Nana Akufo-Addo, former President John Ejekun Kufuor, and former Asin Central Member of Parliament Kennedy Ohene Ejapon. Mr. Afoko served as MPP National Chairman from 2014 to 2015 and is pushing his 3R agenda: reunite, rebuild, recapture, as the blueprint to return the party to power in 2028.
Okay, still with the MPP though, ex-Buffer Stock CEO denied access to lawyers. Jibril Abdul Razak reports on page 3 of the Daily Guide that more than 24 hours after the rearrest of former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company Limited, Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba, and his wife Faiza Said Wuni, the couple were denied access to their lawyers despite sustained efforts by their legal team. Well, the minority leader is slamming Iyoko over alleged harassment and matters.
We spent time on the Wager Children's Hospital yesterday. We were told by the Health Ministry that it will be operational in 2 or 3 weeks. So if you go to channel1newsonline.com, the Children's Specialist Hospital at Wager Gbawe is expected to be commissioned and fully operational within the next 2 to 3 weeks, according to the Ministry of Health. Its spokesperson, Tony Goodman, has assured that steps have been taken to fast-track the commissioning and operationalization of the facility, which has faced delays despite growing public demand for use.
I just want to do one small story, which is a big story. There's a story you find on the portal of Business Insider Africa.
Right.
It costs more to ship from Lagos port to Accra than from Spain to Lagos. And they are quoting Dangote. It's a very, very serious matter.
Lagos to Accra.
Exactly. It's a very, very serious. So if we are talking about intra-African trade, which we seem to be pushing, and with the events in Accra, and we after the secretariat here in Ghana, we need to seriously look at this, because it doesn't make sense.
Charlie,
we should do a lot more trading amongst ourselves. It carries more value,
and it should be less
costly. Exactly. We should do that.
You know, I was the first editor of Business. I set it up.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
I am legend.
I am happy to see it.
It's
the reason why I was in Nairobi.
Oh, beautiful. I could tell. Journalism, diplomacy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
And Ashika Caesar joins us for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Good morning, Ashika.
Good morning, Caleb Kruda. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and GOIL PLC. GOIL, good energy. Coming up, Bank of Ghana calls for investment in digital infrastructure, and government statistician pushes for proactive steps to cushion impact of renewed price pressures. And also coming up, AGI worried over banks' growing preference for service sector lending. I'm Nashika Caesar. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, has underscored the need for increased investment in digital infrastructure to support the growth and maturity of Africa's digital finance ecosystem. Speaking at the 3i Africa Summit 2026 in Accra, Dr. Isiama said the next phase of digital finance growth will depend on stronger identity systems, improved data quality, and efficient regulatory infrastructure. According to him, building confidence in digital financial services requires more than policy frameworks.
The work ahead is not only about issuing laws, guidelines, or frameworks. It is about strengthening the service infrastructure around regulation. Processes have to be clear. Submissions must be trackable. Decisions have to be timely. This is how confidence is built. Confidence will also depend on the strength of our digital identity and our KYC framework. Weak authentication increases fraud risk, it affects credit quality, and it undermines trust in digital financial services. So the next phase will require stronger coordination across institutions, improved data quality, and more robust identity systems. We must also focus on the development of indigenous strengths in this endeavor. Africa's digital finance ecosystem must not only grow, it must mature.
That was Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama. Now, board member of the Bank of Ghana, Isaac Adongo, says measures implemented by the central bank helped stabilize Ghana's economy during the recent crisis period. He pointed out to the decline in inflation rate and relative stability of the cedi as key indicators of the impact of the Bank of Ghana's interventions. Isaac Adongo was speaking on The Point of View with Bernard Avle on Channel 1 television.
The important thing is that you can do whatever analysis you want, but you must understand that in 2024, as an election year, all the amount of money that Mohamed Amin, as a finance minister, pumped into the economy, in addition to the 80 billion had to result. And we needed to do that to bring stability to bear on inflation, to bring stability to bear on the exchange rate, and to bring stability to bear on interest rates. So, of course, now that we are comfortable, anybody can say what you want to say. But what of the unlived experience? If we hadn't done that, do you know where inflation would have been today? Do you know where exchange rate would have been today? And do you know where the interest rate would have been? And it would have been the same Mohamed Amin who would have come to tell us why the inflation is 54% where they took it. Why exchange rate is 17 cedis where they took it. At the end of the day, we do not want them to sing praises when we have done the best for the country. Everybody knows that under the circumstances, that was what we needed to do.
Isaac Adongo is board member of the Bank of Ghana. Now, government statistician Dr. Al-Hassan Idris is urging businesses, government and households to take proactive steps to cushion the impact of renewed price pressures after Ghana's inflation rate recorded its first increase in 15 months. Headline inflation rose to 3.4% in April from 3.2% in March, reversing the disinflation trend recorded over the years. According to Dr. Al-Hassan Idrisu, businesses must focus on improving efficiency and strengthening domestic supply chains to contain costs and support consumers.
While some prices are rising sharply, others are pulling inflation down. The bottom line is clear. Inflation is not widespread, It is concentrated in a small group of high-impact items that people rely on daily. Now, what should we do? For government, stay focused on fiscal discipline and invest in storage, irrigation, and transport to reduce regional disparities. For businesses, improve efficiency, strengthen local supply chains, and pass cost savings to customers. For households, track spending, prioritize essentials, and build small savings where possible.
You heard there the government statistician, Dr. Alhassan Idrisu. Away from that, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is worried about the growing concentration of bank credit towards commerce and the service sector at the expense of industries and manufacturing, reacting to the marginal decline in the Ghana reference rate from 10.06% to 10.03% for May 2026. The Greater Accra chairman of the AGI, Chonam Akpelo, welcoming the development, but stressed that the more pressing issue remains the allocation of credit within the economy.
So we are happy about this development, and we pray that it will continue to be sustainable and it will continue to reduce over time. But whilst at it, it's important to also mention that AGI is a bit concerned about the spread of credit facilities that are going out from the banks. We observe that a lot more of the credit facilities are not necessarily going to industries. It appears that commerce, buying and selling, and the service sector seems to be taking a chunk of the monies that are going to the private sector. Our view is that if we need to develop as a country, then also to ensure that we support the government in implementing 24-hour economy agenda, then it's important to boost and increase the quantum of credit facilities that goes to the industrial and the manufacturing sector.
Chana Makpelo is the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries. Now, rice farmers in the Afajatu South District of the Volta region are facing mounting uncertainty ahead of this year's farming season as more than 170,000 bags of paddy rice remain unsold months after harvest. The situation, which farmers blame on the absence of rice processing facilities and a lack of ready markets, is threatening livelihoods and raising concerns about a possible decline in rice production in the area. Our Volta Regional Correspondent Desmond Selasiago has more.
A visit by Channel 1 News to Verkolin, a community in the Afajatu South District of the Volta region, revealed large quantities of bagged paddy rice stacked in homes, exposing the scale of the crisis as the district lacks proper storage infrastructure. Some farmers say they risk losing their livelihoods as many are unable to repay loans secured for production.
Most of us we went in for a loan, but the interest are just accumulating day in, day out. But right now, we don't know how to do again. So we are pleading the government to come to our aid, whereby they can take out our product, whereby we can get money to go in for the next season.
With over 170,000 bags of paddy rice still unsold, the farmers are calling for urgent government intervention, including the establishment of a processing plant to help absorb and add value to their produce.
We are hoping that if the government come to our aid, at least a factory is being put up or buyers come around, we'll be okay to go.
The district director of agriculture, Divine Agbegwe, says the situation is taking a heavy toll on the district's agricultural economy and has appealed for the rehabilitation of defunct processing facilities.
We also have processing plants around that are not functioning. For instance, the two rice mills that we have, they are not up to standards. The two, as at now, do not even have a cleaner, do not have a destoner, and not to talk of the transformer to power the machine itself. So if government can intervene and bring in the transformer and all the other things that is required to make the mills functional, I think that will help in a long way.
Compounding to the situation is the poor state of roads, leading to farming communities such as Verkolin, making it difficult to transport inputs and produce. Farmers say the deplorable roads hinder access to farms and prevent them from moving equipment and harvested rice.
The link from the farm to the main road, they are also not good. So we are appealing to the government to assist us. Since they start the main road 2016, they didn't complete it. They should come and help us so that our main roads and the link to the main roads.
The Member of Parliament for the Afajato South constituency, Frank Afiri, says steps are being taken to address the situation with both short-term and long-term interventions in the pipeline.
The first step should be that we get good prices so that they are able to recoup their capital. Then we can guarantee that they will not be out of production this year. So the long-term solution can come in the form of government intervention by providing state-funded meals for such an activity.
That was Member of Parliament for Afajato South, Frank Efiye, and our Volta Regional Correspondent Desmond Selassie Agos report. Now on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 24 pesos, while the British pound is going for 15 cedis 29 pesos, and the euro is going for 13 cedis 21 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and GOIL PLC. GOIL, good energy. I'm Nashika Caesar. Thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Hello, my name is Wakadri, and I'm a man of many voices. Some people fall for Pamela.
Good afternoon, this is Pamela. We're revalidating some mobile app accounts. Kindly confirm your details.
Or my other victims who think I'm calling from.
Hello, customer experience here. Your account has been blocked. Please provide your PIN so we can reactivate it immediately.
Others panic and fall for that one.
Dear customer, click the link in the SMS we just sent you to upgrade to your ATM services.
My favorites are the ones who click first and think later.
Be honest. Like play, you could also fall for this. Stay safe. Remember, EcoBank will never call, email, or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details. Pay attention to detail.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. GOIL, good energy.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Help me make I know they talk much. I wanna be concise. We want to accommodate. Come make I be your bike. Working from 9 to 5. You go like my hand design. I'm scanning the whole area. The gold I want tonight.
It's 14 after 7. Gabby Affair joins us in the studio. He's got you on Kickoff this morning. More exciting stuff happening on the sports front. You'll be bringing you details shortly. Nashika Caesar brought you the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Many thanks to MTN, GOIL, and EcoBank for supporting us. Bring you that segment. Tale Obia Genedio. You know how we do it. When you cross over, you graduate, that big win, new arrival, your people dust you with powder or powder. That's exactly what's happening right now thanks to MTN. People upgrading to 4G, and trust me, the powder is flying everywhere. Imagine powder landing on someone's solar panel this morning. Hey Gabby, now you will be Ulomo. Grab the brand new HMD app for just 899 Ghana cedis and enjoy free 2.5 gigabyte data every single month for 6 months. New phone, fast 4G, new pictures, nice photos, free data, more social media every single month. Also, dear, before they say it's left with only you, because I can't open. Visit any MTN service center and dealer shops nationwide to grab your HMD app today. Now, if you're looking for quality fuel that gives your engine smooth performance, go for what Gabi uses. Goel Super XP is premium quality. It gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Goel Super XP is fortified with special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel that takes you further. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. As you journey the road, look out for Goel stations and fuel up your vehicle with quality you can trust. Goel Good Energy. Attention, my people, if your money is controlling you, it's time to take charge. The EcoBank mobile app gives you the power to command your money to transact across not one, not two, but 33 African countries and anywhere in the world. So command your money to make water, electricity and school fee payments, bank and mobile money transfers, create virtual cards to buy only what you need and more. Money Commander, download the app now. Go to the Play Store, App Store and say you want to download the EcoBank mobile app. Tell them I sent you. And then when you finish, EcoBank will never call or send you an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card or Ghana card details. So beware. But just in case you are in doubt, save this number and call it 0800 00 3225. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Let's bring you Kickoff shortly. That's brought to you by Lesheho. Sounds like a goal. For Kickoff, Lesheho Savings and Loans, we've got great news just for you. Fala season is on. Apply for a loan today to sort out all your needs at the best rates on the market. It's Fala season. Just WhatsApp or call 02 700 40 799 now. Always remember terms and conditions apply. Lesheho, let's improve life. So we've heard of some sports journalists who go to cover international games, they don't come back. Gabi, we are not part.
Why that?
I don't know, because well, if you want to move legally and properly, you want to do residence, citizenship planning, so Henley and Partners, they help investors and their families secure alternative residence or citizenship through leading programs worldwide.
Smooth.
And they advise on best programs for you and your family. They assist the entire application process every step of the way. Now, for many Ghanaians, the key drivers for seeking alternative residence and citizenship includes greater global mobility, investment diversification. You know why you want to go, right? World-class education, healthcare, long-term family security, and all of that. Here are some of the favorite options for many Ghanaians: Caribbean citizenship programs like Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as residence by investment programs in Greece, Portugal, Malta, UAE, UK, Canada, and the US. So call now 0206042101. Email ghana@henleyglobal.com. Visit our offices at the Galleria at Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel for free consultation. Visit henleyglobal.com to find out more. Gabi is here with Kickoff. So what's happening? I see say PSG, then some people.
Yeah. Last night we had the second semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. So PSG are true. They are the defending champions. So they'll be taking on Arsenal on May 13, Budapest. Yeah.
Now PSG isn't that club where Kylian Mbappe was.
Hey, I'm sure he'll be looking at the team and be like, and be questioning himself.
Because right now, where they
and the PSG are on a really good project in terms of moving away from the Galacticos. When I say Galacticos, so established names in world football. Bring in players who have got, quality, quality. Let them stay. I know Doom disagrees. His team is going on relegation, so.
Kane can't get it into the box. Pavlovic, no more time left. PSG have done what Mitchell. Usman Dembele scored it.
And yes, we do have a final on May 13. Budapest as the defending champions Paris Saint-Germain up against Arsenal. More reaction is coming up. Plus, the European Conference League will take center stage later tonight. All of that plus updates from the upcoming 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polyton Ghana and Leshego. Let's improve life. Alright, many thanks for joining me. I'm Gabi Ofer. Let's start off with this. And President of the Ghana House Commonwealth Committee for the upcoming Commonwealth Games, Richard Akpokavi, has set his sights on Team Ghana clinching gold medals at this year's Games in Glasgow. Now, he made this known with less than 80 days to the competition during the official launch of the Ghana House, an event attended by top dignitaries including the Sports Minister, reps from the Ghana Olympic Committee, and other key stakeholders. Here's more.
We want to get to that point where when the finance minister comes to present the budget on behalf of His Excellency the President, contribution of sports to GDP will be specially mentioned, may be given more than 4 paragraphs.
Kofi Adams' submission underscored the level of preparation by the Sports Ministry and various federations to support Team Ghana at the upcoming Commonwealth Games 2026 in Glasgow. The Games will feature a scaled-down sustainable 10 sports program staged across 4 main venues with no dedicated athlete village, placing emphasis on the use of existing infrastructure within the city. All of that builds up to July, but on Wednesday, May 6, 2026, the Commonwealth Association of Ghana, in partnership with the Ghana Olympic Committee and the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, officially launched the Ghana House Initiative ahead of the Games. The chef de mission for the 2026 Commonwealth Games, Ernest Danso, explained the significance of the Ghana House concept, highlighting its importance to Team Ghana's athletes during their stay in Scotland.
You know, it is something that the athletes, if they don't perform well, it goes against Ghana as well. So all this is just going to let them prepare more, get them to exhibit themselves after winning medals, showing it at the Ghana village and all that. So athletes will definitely want to win medals and come to the Ghana village and meet Ghanaians and then start celebrating there before coming back.
Amid ongoing concerns in Ghana over inadequate funding for athletes ahead of major competitions, Richard Akpokavi, who also serves as president of the Ghana House Commonwealth Committee, assured that this year's preparations will not follow the same narrative.
So our focus is the athletes, and we will do everything between now and July 23rd to get our athletes well prepared so that when they go, they'll have at least the chance to do well. At least, our goal is very simple, as I've always said. When you send an athlete to an international competition, you must give the athlete the opportunity to be able to compete with the best in the world.
All right, so that's the president of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Richard Akpokavi, and then that report. But let's stay with that story because our former Commonwealth Games gold medalist and Ghana's boxing legend, Azuma Nelson, also expressed confidence in Team Ghana's chances at the 2026 Commonwealth Games, stating that proper preparation and strong support will be key to the country's success.
If you have money, we can camp the boys, we can train them well, they can eat good food, they can sleep well, and we expect them that when they go, they do well. But now I don't know, but we are trying, and they are doing their best. So we are all hoping for best. So we see what will happen. You know, this world is different. There's time for everything. You know, I think I can see that the sport is really down. You know, but our effort now, you know, we are in now and.
All right, so that's Ghana's boxing legend, Azuma Nelson. Well, Director General of the National Sports Authority, Jan Pofankra, the same event also assured that Ghana will have a strong and visible presence at the upcoming Games.
Yeah, Ghana will be very visible because the whole idea is that, you know, the athletes will complement what the administrators or what the officials are doing. And likewise, the Ghana House and the management of these athletes would be a symbiosis for, you know, success. So it's going to be very exciting. There's going to be a lot of synergy, visibility, and mileage. You know, sports tourism as well. The good thing is that, as I said, from Ernest Dansu to the legend Azuma Nelson. Everybody is here today. You saw the minister.
All right, so that's Jan Pofankra. He's the Director General of the National Sports Authority. Now, yesterday in the Ghana Premier League, some games happened. Bichim United lost to Dreams by 2-1. Mediama Sporting Club dropped points also against Brecum Chelsea. Bibiani Gold Stars were 2-1 winners over Samatex. Nations beat Hearts of Lions by 1-0. And it was a goalless draw between Hearts and Kerala United at the Accra Sports Stadium. Basake Holy Stars beat Tidiana. Australia All Blacks, they also beat 11 Wonders by 5-2. And then Young Apostles were 3-1 winners over Vision Football Club. Now let's get to the Champions League, and Paris Saint-Germain set up a Champions League final against Arsenal as they overcame Bayern Munich to stay on course to retain their crown. The semi-final second leg was not a classic like the first encounter in Paris, which saw Luis Enrique's holders take a 5-4 advantage to Munich Allianz Arena. But we hear from PSG's Marquinhos.
My feelings amazing, like the last time I was enjoying until the end of this game. I think we played against one of the best team in this league in this year, and then we did what we need to do here today. It was a very hard game. They push a lot, and I think we deserve to qualify for the final. It's my third final, and I'm very, very proud for this moment. And now we need to prepare. We need to win the league again. We have a few games before the final Champions League, and then we can concentrate in the final.
All right, so that's PSG's Marquinhos. Now, on the part of Bayern Munich, we hear from their boss, Vincent Kompany.
I thought, first of all, both teams are of the very highest level. So we played against the best team in Europe. But it's close. It's always felt close whenever we've played them. I think we played them 5 times. We won 2 times. They won 2 times. And then this game was a 1-1 draw. So the finest details, the finest margins, top players. We've tried everything. And congratulations PSG. And well done to them.
They came out really fast, got that early goal through Ousmane Dembele. What was your approach to the game, having had that 5-4 thriller last week?
No, we knew the game was going to be on a knife edge. I still felt that if you look at how PSG normally plays and what the normal game plan is in all these aspects, I felt that we did well in terms of moving the ball around the press. And
all right, Vincent Kompany is Bayern Munich boss. Now later tonight in the Europa League, Aston Villa take on Forest, and Freiburg up against Braga. For the Conference League, there's Crystal Palace up against Shakhtar Donetsk, and then Strasbourg will take on Rayo Vallecano. Now, before I leave, let's take you to our World Cup focus, and we take you to Australia. The Socceroos have qualified for their 7th overall World Cup and their 6th in a row. City Sports' Kelvin Adam Kai has more.
Australia are back at the FIFA World Cup in 2026, their 7th appearance and 6th consecutive tournament. The Socceroos first competed in 1974 and have now reached the final 7 times, becoming one of Asia's most consistent performers after switching confederations. Their proudest moments came in 2006 and in 2022, where they reached the round of 16, their best finish to date. In 2006, they stunned the world by advancing from a tough group before eventually exiting to champions Italy. While in Qatar, they claimed memorable wins over Tunisia and Denmark before pushing Argentina close. Across 20 World Cup matches up to 2022, Australia's record stands at 4 wins, 4 draws, and 12 losses. After securing qualification through a solid AFC campaign, finishing 2nd in their 3rd round group with key victories including a dramatic win over Saudi Arabia, the Socceroos return with experience and momentum. Drawn in Group D with co-hosts United States, Paraguay and Turkey, Australia will look to use their tactical discipline, European-based stars and fighting character to navigate the competitive group. With the expanded 48-team format, they target at least the round of 32 as a minimum, with realistic hopes of advancing to the knockout stages once again.
All right, so that's my colleague Kelvin Adam Kai with that wrap for you. Well, that's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Polytangana and Lesheho. Let's improve life. But we'll be back later at 3:10 with the World Cup Diaries on the Traffic Avenue. And also at 5 p.m. with Sport Flash. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care and bye-bye.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's go, we improve your life.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
Even when you're stuck with nothing,
come to let's go.
No matter your situation,
come to let's go.
Let's go, we improve your life.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
Let's go, we improve your life.
Enjoy homemade taste of Shito always with Didi Shito. Made with carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants.
Preservative just helps us spice. That's how we taste. Spicy we eat.
Didi Shito, if you do. This advert is FDA approved.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
More flights, more flexibility from Accra. Fly conveniently with Air Peace and enjoy 25 non-stop flights weekly from Accra effective 1st April 2026. Now offering multiple daily non-stop flights from Accra to Lagos, giving you more options and greater convenience. Travel further across the region with non-stop flights from Accra to Freetown on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and Accra to Monrovia on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays. You can visit us at the Terminal 3 Departure Hall at the Accra International Airport or our sales office on the first floor of the UNA Home Building adjacent to Marina Mall, Airport City, Accra. Contact us on +233 200 827 609 or +233 501 619 339 or via email at accra.pse@flyairpeace.com. Air Peace, your peace, our goal.
Me kopena, I make your name they sing. Me kopena, I make your name she sing. Me kopena, ye koko sing. Sakofa pepe powder me kwa ujawu me shishi. 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 Shishi wrong. Shishi wrong. About you baby dear, we are sang coffee. Pepper soup where you know what? Pepper sang coffee. Sang coffee pepper powder. Shishi wrong. Sang coffee pepper powder. Me kwa ujawu me shishi. Sang coffee pepper powder. Me kwa ujawu me shishi. 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 Me kwa ujawu. Sang coffee pepper powder. Ujawu.
FDA aji ejade nkrato yatum.
Momo,
It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mensaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mensaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
All right, so it's 7:38. This is still the CJ Breakfast Show, and Bernard here with Kakra and the team with a number of birthday requests today, the 7th of May. So whose lucky day is it today?
Okay, so it's Osafuhene Dr. Ifua Asabia Sari's birthday today. Hey. She is the former chief executive of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. She's also the board chair of Tekura. And on behalf of Tekura, Audrey Forsen, the MD, and all the staff and the entire family, I'd like to wish her a very, very happy and blessed birthday.
I admire her a lot.
You're not alone.
For the work she did at GEPA. I was at a conference in Geneva as a journalist covering the WTO, and she came to do representation. Very, very, very good.
Brilliant woman.
She got a very solid applause.
Indeed.
Yes, she's solid.
With worth years of experience.
She's your board chair. Tell you how strong.
That's where we come. If you could have not getting some.
And today happens to be the birthday of a number of people. So my very good friend he went to your school actually. Robert Choba, Gadiel Choba. He went to Martin the Forest. Yes. He has triplets.
Wow!
So they came for the Agri Fair last time. His triplets are Elian, Elsa, and Eliana.
Come on.
And they attend Platinum Montessori School. And she says, thanks for turning our house into the loudest playground with all your laughter and all the shouting. May God bless and keep your bond together. This is from your dad, Gadiel, and your mom, Catherine, and Elvin.
They lived about 5 minutes from my house.
You'll be surprised that,
Gadiel,
in 10 years' time, you may have an empty nest. So let them shout. It's their human right. As Sergio always says, the children shouting is their human right. So let them shout. So Elian, Elsa, and Eliana.
And Bernard, Asabia Edubonsu Ajekum Prempe, she's waiting in her car to hear her voice on the radio before she sets off for school.
Her request.
Yes. Asabia Edubonsu Ajekum Prempe. So this from your dad and all your siblings.
Okay.
Good morning to you, Papa Nanaya, Ekia, Kwesi, Felicia, Abigail, and Akosia. 8 children, all of them belonging to Nana Bonsu Prempe. Solid.
Okay.
A few more coming, Sky.
Yes, so there's a belated one, and I apologize, it came in yesterday and we couldn't do it. So let me do this one for a very good friend of Betty, who says, do this one for CEO of Suka Africa, Ghana's leading sustainability consultancy. Happy birthday to engineer lawyer. She has a lawyer. Well, I don't know about that. Prince Osisiadan. Osisiadan, like they build houses. Osisiadan, as you step into a new year, I wish you clarity, peace, and everything that aligns with the life you truly deserve. May this day remind you of how valued and appreciated you are. Amen. Keep shaping sustainability in Ghana and driving impact across Africa. Amen. It's coming in from Betty Brown. He's celebrating you.
But it's also the birthday of Eno Safo.
Citi FM and Eno Safo. A lot of birthdays coming through. Let me do a few more. So Eno Safo, happy birthday to you. My very good friend Paulina Ofebia at Japan, formerly known as Ansa. Happy birthday to you, Paulina Ofebia at Japan. Good morning. And this is also to my former Greek science teacher, Mrs. Comfort Achampong, many years ago in SSSC. Was our Greek science teacher. She's 78 years old today. So Mrs. Achampong, happy 78th to you. Bernard, please wish Juanita Aseda Oseiboama a happy birthday, wishing her long life and prosperity from her parents and siblings, Dr. and Mrs. Oseiboama, from Jason, Jeremy, and Jedlin. Happy birthday to Chanel Marie. Chanel Marie, coming in from your mother.
And Bernard, a couple more to my dearest friend and the best anesthesiologist in the whole world, Dr. Kelvin Ejapong of Kolebu Teaching Hospital. May this day bring you so much joy and peace. God bless you abundantly. This is from Jennifer Ba. And good morning. Please help me say a happy birthday to my lovely sister Patricia Damprani, a student of Maranatha University College, Soweto, level 200. Happy belated birthday to her, Simon Loga Senda. And a final one to my son Joseph Marie. A happy birthday to you as you celebrate your first anniversary. May you continue to grow up in wisdom, from Mr. and Mrs. Kofi. Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll be getting into the highlights of the report that was released by the committee set up to investigate the death of hit and run victim Charles Emisa. And the conclusion of the committee was that it was a breakdown in emergency medical care that led to his death. So he didn't die from the trauma of the knockdown, but he died a slow, painful death as a result of the refusal of various hospitals to accept him. We'll be bringing highlights of that report. Some family members spoke to us yesterday on our news programs, hoping that they get some closure there. But what defines the strength of a woman? Her creativity, her ability to multitask, or her leadership? Discover Obasima, Stanbic Bank's women banking solution, designed for every woman in Ghana. Enjoy business incubation, China trade opportunities, and comprehensive financial and insurance support. Stanbic is here to drive your growth. Call 0302-815-789 or go to stanbicbank.com.gh for more information. Stanbic Obasima, unlock your strength. And if there's a woman in your life you find precious, why don't you book her for a weekend at Biposo or even a weekday? This Mother's Day, give her a moment of true love at Biposo Wellness Resort. Whether she finds joy in creativity, gentle adventure, or peaceful wellness, there's a thoughtfully curated experience up the hill with various things designed to leave her with lasting memories and a renewed sense of ease. This is more than a treat. It's restoration, recognition, and care, beautifully expressed at Biposo Wellness Resort. To make a reservation, call 020-055-7699. That's 020-055-7699. Biposo Wellness Resort, because she deserves everything and more. I told you I was there last Friday.
Yeah, man.
I will go there again. I will go there again.
No,
this time I did it. I just went for sampling.
Oh,
stop that. Stop that. So we shouldn't go to Biposo.
Please, Bernard, is that. Hey. Oh, how?
No.
It's nature.
No, why are you trying to? So me, they be amin bejuma. And come and shout for Ghana. I shouldn't relax. I shouldn't go for Pilates. I shouldn't go for massage. I shouldn't go for anything. I should just come on there and come and shout about Ghana's problem. This guy.
Stop with cucumber on your eyes. When they give you that drink, we get umbrella for you. We get problem. Yeah, bring some drink, me umbrella they talk.
Then go quench fire.
I'm told that we in Ghana, we don't take proper holidays.
Yeah, true.
Have you noticed that your relatives who work in Europe, they don't play with their vacation? If like they tell you that I'm on vacation, don't call me. Like here, they what vacation? Hey, please, they out here. Okay, we shall spend some. We have some meeting here. Baba say we do some meeting. I'm on vacation. Say
You see, we create a guilt around rest instead of prioritizing it, because the body has to rejuvenate. So please ignore them. When the big person, where you are going, carry me.
When I was making this appeal on her behalf on Monday,
yes,
she told
exactly
that as if she wasn't interested. Meanwhile, it was empty.
No, Monday was Biposo.
He mentioned it.
I mentioned it. No, I think you had caught something. So where you have caught,
he mentioned that they were making you feel jiggly.
The life of a lawyer. When the lawyer has caught, everything else doesn't matter.
Because Monday was tough, man.
I am a cool on your behalf.
Yeah. No, but I think do you know what I think you should do? First go there and sort of sample the place before you book.
Right.
Because you want to curate the experience.
No, but they should have like some sort of notice.
They do. It's online. But I think for now I said
so when are we going?
Allah. Yeah, we talk about pressure.
Yes.
No, the question who is paying first. That we settle that.
That's the most important question. Taking it somewhere.
When we settle that matter. When we settle who is paying, then after the day we can pick one easily. No, but serious. You know, I think I'm convinced that I would like to live on a hill.
Yeah,
I'm convinced because the air is different.
Yes.
The view. I mean, to see the view from there, the whole of Accra is something else.
So you can see why all the rich people have moved there and are destroying the environment.
Yeah. Because the view at night is enchanting.
You know, but you see, guys, so first sky is guilt tripping me now.
Everybody's pouring curry.
Okay, I'll stay in my area now. I won't go anywhere again.
No, I love you. Please feel free.
No,
enjoy.
He said that the rich man have bought all the hills. So
no, ignore him
and destroying the environment.
It's a hoya.
When they are destroying the environment,
you can still integrate
in a
your
sustainable
lifestyle.
manner.
Exactly. So you should advise.
Bernard,
I can't speak against erosion and flooding and then go and build a house on it.
Exactly my point.
It will be basically he's saying that it will be contradictory.
No, you can still build your house.
Yeah,
it's a sustainable way. Because in the Bible they spoke about a house on a hill.
Yes, a city on the hill cannot be hidden.
Exactly.
And Caleb in
there's a biblical foundation for
lands on the mountain.
So
precisely.
Yeah. So I want to ignore him.
No, but if I go and build a house on a hill,
4 blocks of cement.
If I go and build a house on a hill,
bags.
What would that make of some of the rantings we've been ranting here?
No, once
it depends on how
it is properly integrated.
So what's the proper way of doing it?
Oh, the experts know what to do.
Yes.
You allow for proper water flow.
Terracing,
you don't terracing.
all those things.
You plant grass so that
you don't cause flooding.
No, you don't cause flooding. Things
then maybe
like
you have
that.
to get me an architect.
No problem.
But we don't have the land yet. We are
dreaming. We are dreaming.
All right, so also you can reach them on 020-055-7699 to reserve. It's a wonderful place to go to take a break. Now, life has a funny way of showing up uninvited. 1 minute, everything is fine, no drama. The next minute, reality hits differently with hospital bills, emergencies, etc. This is why IO annual cover gets you covered. With a yearly premium of just 159 cedis or 264 or even 395, you get up to 16,000 cedis to support funeral expenses and up to 320 cedis daily hospital cash benefit per night. Signing up is quick and simple. Log into your Momo app, go to financial services, select insure, tap on IO and choose the package that suits you, or dial *928*101#, select annual cover and sign in seconds. You can also WhatsApp 059-691-8235. All right, now Casapreco PLC has announced a share offer in connection with its listing on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Individuals and corporations can now own shares for 1 cedi 20 pesos each. The minimum initial investment is 2,000 shares for 2,400, with additional shares available in increments of 1,200. Details of the offer, including the terms, are contained in the offer prospectus, which is available from casapreco.com and licensed stockbrokers. This offer is scheduled to close Monday, 1st June, subject to terms and set out in the prospectus. This announcement is for information purposes only and does not constitute investment advice. Casapreco, a step beyond excellence. Now, let's take you to the Ministry of Health. Yesterday, the Professor Ajimambedu Akosa Committee came up with their final report. Here are highlights.
Key findings in respect of the ambulance crew. There was inconsistency in the taking and reporting of vital signs of the patient. And the emergency medical technicians lacked basic life support, advanced cardiac life support, and advanced trauma life support. In other words, they were just carriers, really, and could not, without these skills, maintain life whilst in the ambulance. Key findings in respect of the professionals. Dr. Anne-Marie Kudowo failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Police Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. And she was untruthful to the committee. Dr. Nina Naomi Ejram Adotevi failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Greater Accra Regional Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Dr. Ida Durant failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Dr. Genevieve Ajar failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Ms. Akosia B. Texan failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Greater Accra Regional Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Ms. Joy Daisy Nelson failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Ms. Salamatu Alhassan Edu failed to exercise ethical and professional judgment prudently by not attending to Charles Emisa in a life-threatening condition at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, leading to his death later from severe loss of blood. Conclusions. The medical staff on duty at the police hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and Kolebu Teaching Hospital failed to attend to Charles Emisa when he was in a life-threatening condition, and this led to his avoidable death. Specific recommendations. Dr. Anne-Marie Kudowo should be referred to the management of police hospital and to the Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa and for being untruthful to the committee. Dr. Nina Naomi Ejram Adotevi should be referred to the management of Greater Accra Regional Hospital as their employer. They have oversight, administrative and management disciplinary processes that they must go through, and the Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Dr. Ida Durant should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Dr. Genevieve Ajar should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Medical and Dental Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Akosia B. Texan should be referred to the management of Greater Accra Regional Hospital and to the Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Joy Daisy Nelson should be referred to the management of Kolebu Teaching Hospital and the Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa. Ms. Salamatu Alhassan Edu should be referred to Kolebu Teaching Hospital and Nurses and Midwives Council for disciplinary action against her for breach of professional duty to Charles Emisa.
All right, so that was Professor Ajimabedu Akosa. The highlights of the report are here. Kakrak, what else is in the report that is worth noting?
So just mentions, notable things, I think Godfred hinted at that, the constitution of the committee. You see that there are a lot of not just health experts, but emergency experts as well. And then they talk about liaison with key, literally all health institutions to get to tap in on their knowledge, and also site visits. So they went to the hospitals, they went to the place of the accident, etc. And it also contains the post-mortem report, their key findings, and also then the conclusion.
Can you give me quick highlights of the post-mortem report?
Yes, so they summarized it, and here goes. Significant post-mortem findings. Deep laceration injury of right upper arm, blood vessels and muscles. Co-minuted open fracture of right upper humerus. Severe pallor of all internal organs. Shocked kidneys from exsanguination,
Mercy.
cerebral edema, and mild cardiomegaly. So now jump to the key findings. There are 14 of them, but they've been summarized.
Yeah.
Key findings: 1, Charles Emisa died of exsanguination, and that's excessive loss of blood due to right upper arm bone and soft tissue injuries, causing damage to axillary and brachial arteries and veins following a road traffic accident. Finding 2, death of Charles Emisa could have been avoided by 1, medical intervention at the police hospital, GARH or KBTH, that's the Greater Accra Hospital, and also Kolebu. Also, application of compression on the laceration and packing of deeper wound during transportation in ambulance. Administration of intravenous fluids in ambulance during transportation. Administration of intravenous fluids and whole blood at police hospital, GARH or KBTH. Finding 3, key findings related to the NAS.
National Ambulance Service.
Exactly. First, lack of documentation of critical vital signs of the patient, lack of formal handing over procedures, lack of proper chain of command interaction, tube of BP apparatus cuff in ambulance too short for continuous monitoring of the patient's BP. Finding 4, key findings related to the police hospital. 1, ambulance arrived at hospital with the patient alive. Hospital failed to triage the patient and initiate stabilizing interventions. And ambulance moved with the patient out of the hospital after about 11 minutes. Finding 5, the key findings related to Greater Accra Regional Hospital or Rage Hospital. Ambulance arrived at hospital with the patient alive. Hospital failed to triage the patient and initiate stabilizing interventions. And ambulance moved with the patient out of the hospital after about 17 minutes. Let's go to finding 6, key findings related to Kolebu. Ambulance arrived at hospital with the patient alive. Hospital failed to triage the patient and initiate stabilizing interventions. Ambulance crew was redirected by Kolebu to UGMC. The patient died in the ambulance in about 70 minutes while in hospital. Now to finding 7, key findings in respect of ambulance crew. Inconsistency in taking and reporting of vital signs of the patient, and lack of basic life support BLS, advanced cardiac life support ACLS, and advanced trauma life support ATLS skills. Let's go to 8, key findings in respect of professionals. 1, Dr. Anne-Marie Kudowo failed to...
That's what he read.
So that's what he read.
Those are the things he read. So he started from key findings.
So from 8 to
14
14
were about the people,
the individuals, and the alleged negligence.
So go to the conclusion.
Okay, so to the conclusion, and it says that the medical staff on duty at the police hospital, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, and Kolebu Teaching Hospital failed to attend to Charles Emisa when he was in a life-threatening condition, and this led to his avoidable death.
We'll leave it here and come back and look into the details. It's 8:03, Citi Breakfast Show. Really, really tragic series of revelations about the death of Charles Emisa, and we will find out what does this mean for the emergency healthcare going forward. But time for tech and social media trends, and Edwin Kwakuf is here. Edwin, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Good morning, everyone else. So I'll just start off from where you ended, because that's what people are talking about a lot on social media. The final report on the death of Charles Emisa. So a lot of people going through the stages of Charles Emisa's movement from the different hospitals, and the fact that the committee said his death could have been avoided if at least there was some stabilizing care provided by any of the hospitals, which wasn't stated. Although he arrived alive at each of those hospitals. So just a few things that I want to point out. The exsanguination, as you said, that's because of blood loss. The blood that he lost after the accident, there was no attempt to stabilize that at any of the hospitals. He died in the ambulance at the final hospital, which was I think is the Kolebu.
No, he died at Kolebu.
Kolebu. Yes,
they were directing him to UGMC, but he couldn't even move. He died before the.
Yeah, he died in the ambulance at Kolebu, and
70 minutes.
Yes, which was terrible. But I was going through the recommendations that were made, and the first one said the creation of a national electronic emergency bed management system. And I remember when the old man died after he was taking this
2018.
Yes, this same recommendation was made back
2018.
In 2018. I remember this very carefully. Even the triaging of all emergency cases, that was also recommended across all hospitals. So it seems we've come back to the same points that were made. And if that had been done, probably Charles Emisa wouldn't have.
We'll delve into it.
So we'll move on from that to a situation which happened recently, which involved 3 people who were attacking each other with machetes on the streets. If you've seen the video, you know that it was a pretty gruesome scene where they were going at each other. Apparently, one person had his hand severed in the incident, and he was in critical condition. It happened at Achim in Kwenum, the new market in the eastern region.
I wonder what they were fighting over.
It has started from a Galamsey site.
Yes.
And then
so these are the unintended consequences of not checking Galamsey.
So the assemblyman for the area, he explained that it began at the Galamsey site, and there was a misunderstanding between the security officer and the workers. So there was a shooting which escalated into the violence that we saw on video, and then one person had his hand severed in the clash. But terrible video to see, and people just saying that how can we have this lawlessness just come into the towns from a Galamsey site when we are supposed to be pushing for Galamsey to be addressed very seriously, and that there are police and other security officials who are supposed to be taking care of the situation, but we've seen this sort of violence. Now let's move on to the Hanta virus, which is trending very heavily in Ghana.
The Hanta virus.
Hanta virus.
Hey.
Something that went. I mean, it came up during some trip by people who were making merry on a
cruise ship.
And
has it come here?
No, but people in Ghana are worried that it could lead to potential
COVID
pandemic. Yeah, just like the COVID matter. The WHO has come out to say that the chances of that happening are low.
They should stay on that ship. They won't come out.
Are low, but the worry is that the Hanta virus has a fatality rate of about 40%. Yes, so that's
where is the cruise ship?
The cruise ship is currently docked off Cape Verde.
Yes,
it came from the Latin America. Latin America.
It's a Dutch. We don't want them to pass here.
It's a Dutch cruise ship.
Just stay there.
But the issue is that 3 people have already died. One person, who was a Dutch woman, has been confirmed to have had the Hanta virus. Her husband died on the cruise ship, but they can't determine as of now whether it was from the Hanta virus. Another woman has died since, but the Dutch woman, she got off the boat at an island. Then she traveled on a KLM flight to South Africa. Yes.
Wow. So South Africa.
So the WHO is doing contact tracing to see how many people she got in touch with, and then gets to them. But it's a big concern. Hanta virus, and this is the Andes version of the Hanta virus. Usually, the Hanta virus is spread through the feces and the urine from rodents.
Oh Lord!
Yes, so contact with that.
Animal.
However,
animal in the street.
The Andes version of the virus, it goes from human to human. Very close contacts from human to human, which is what has caused the
worry.
Do we know
the symptoms?
Yes, it's basically diarrhea. There's fever. There's weakness in the muscles and all that. So, it's a big worry for a lot of people.
Remember, our COVID days. We're drinking neem tree. Charlie, all kinds of concussions in the name of. All right, so thank you for that. What else is left to us to note?
Oh, we know our Champions League final. The finalists.
It was a bit underwhelming.
Yeah,
I was hoping for another 4-2 or 3-3. Charlie, 1-1
wasn't the best.
But a waste of my
PSG won't care. They are in the final. They'll face Arsenal in Budapest. So either we get the defending champions winning it second time, or we get Arsenal winning for the first time in their history.
Let Arsenal win.
I think Arsenal must win.
Arsenal must
win. PSG, we are Bremo.
But I say if Arsenal win, the chances that our salary increase will be high.
Arsenal win the league and Champions League. They could even throw a party for us before Christmas.
That would be
good. Salary increases.
And then we are supporting Arsenal.
We are all inside Arsenal.
We are all Arsenal at the moment. Okay, so to tech news, and again, I want to bring you a tool that we've been using, which has helped our lives a lot. Last time I brought you AnyDesk, which helps you when you are working remotely. Today, I want to bring you Local Send.
Local Send.
So we know how difficult it is to send things or videos or files from maybe Android to iOS devices or from phones to computers. Local Send helps you solve all that. You can install it on any device, and once you're on the same network, you can send your files through Local Send to any device. So if I have an Android phone, you have an iOS, both of us have Local Send and we are connected to the same network, I can send you whatever I need to send you without any problem, without needing Bluetooth, without needing any other service. So Local Send is a very good thing if you are in a professional environment. Even in a personal setting, like here, I can send you my files via Local Send, you receive them and you have access to them.
Second social media trends with Edwin Kwakofi.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me go betete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans and eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Everybody is a winner in the Ungalicious Abiwa promo. Over 4 million worth of cash and prizes to be won. Just look out for the special Ungalicious promo packs. Submit 20 Unga powder promo sachets and 20 Unga shrimp tablets promo wrappers at any Unga redemption center near you and receive your scratch card. Scratch to review your unique code. Send to *713*27# and win instantly. Cash prizes up to 200,000 Ghana cedis, deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Promo runs from 15th April to 15th July 2026. Hurry, don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
Ghana, get ready for the Ultimate Athletics Showdown, the 24th Senior African Athletics Championship. Witness world champions across the continent compete in thrilling track and field events like Kenya's Beatrice Chebet and Faith Kepiengo, Nigeria's Toby Amusa, Botswana's Colin Kebenachipi, Liberia's Joseph Fambeling, South Africa's Akani Simbini, Zambia's Muzala Somokunga, and our very own Benjamin Azamati and Saminu Abdul Rashid. Don't miss the excitement from the 12th to the 17th of May 2026 at the University of Ghana Sports Complex, Legon. Senior Africa Athletics Championship. Feel the heat. Champions within Africa. This championship is powered by the Ministry of Sports and Recreation, the Confederation of African Athletics, and the Ghana Athletics.
Are you clapping? Are you giving God the glory? Hallelujah! Every day you wake up shouting, my business is not moving. Customers are not coming. But look, my brother, my sister, who are you deceiving? Have you smiled today? Do you have the confidence to smile? Your face alone is chasing people away. Yeah! We all know that the problem is not a spiritual problem. The problem It's a dental problem. She was saying use Pepsodent charcoal toothpaste to remove yellow. Somebody shout amen.
Craft your smile with Pepsodent Charcoal. It removes stains and whitens teeth. This advert is FDA approved.
Your future starts here at Delexis University College, a place where knowledge meets innovation and dreams become reality. Guided by integrity, excellence, inclusivity, and innovation, we prepare students to thrive in a rapidly changing world. Explore our accredited programs: nursing and midwifery, accounting and IT, banking and finance, marketing, human resource management, ICT, computer science, cybersecurity, applied insurance risk, and data analytics. Admissions are open now. Visit our campus at Tema, Kumti 25, Peasby Junction, or apply online at www.delexisuniversity.edu.gh. Call us on 055 1198 100 or 055 1126 448. Delexis University College. Be knowledgeable and innovative in science and technology.
Buy any promo pack of Gino tomato mix, Gino pepper and onion, or Gino jollof tomato mix. Cut open the sachet, find the code inside, text the code free of charge to *844*99#. There's over 2.5 million Ghana cedis in airtime to be won, plus amazing appliances and the grand rewards: a brand new car and an all expenses paid trip to a dream destination. This advert is FDA approved. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Time check is 8:16. A lot more coming in from this very, very troubling story, and we'll break it down for you. Professor Jimambedu Akosa's committee coming up with a report and basically telling us that the system failed Charles and that he had arrived at 3 hospitals alive and all 3 hospitals refused to give him medical care, and also questioned the competence or the professionalism, or I think competence, of the ambulance crew.
Make me one of your own.
All right, Caleb will give us a few quick announcements before we come into the rest of that story.
Onga has voted 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes, and all this is to be won in the ongoing Onga-licious Abingwaha promo. So this is what you do: submit 20 Onga powder promo sachets you've used or 20 Onga shrimp tablet promo wrappers at any of their redemption centers near you. You'll receive a scratch card. You scratch it, review your unique code, send it to *713*27#. You will win instantly. Cash prizes up to 200,000 Ghana cedis are up for grabs. Deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more are available. Promo runs till July 15, 2026. So hurry, don't miss this opportunity. Terms and conditions apply. And you know that moment when the alarm rings, life is already asking questions. Campus, office, hustle, dreams waiting to be chased. Those moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That's why you need to have Cowbell Coffee stay with you every single moment. Whether you're grinding for that exam, pushing deadlines at work, or cooking up the next big idea, we give you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right and enjoy every time. Because success doesn't just happen overnight. Is the little moments, the early mornings and the late nights, and through it all, Cowbell Coffee day with you. Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. For those of you doing the listening who hate to accept 20 pesos, 10 pesos, 5 pesos in commercial transactions, Bank of Ghana has some information for you. So they are stating emphatically that 1, the above mentioned coins, 20, 10 and 5 peso coins, remain valid legal tender and must be used and accepted for all financial transactions. It's an offense to refuse a valid currency issued by the Bank of Ghana. All citizens and businesses are legally obligated to accept these coins coins for the settlement of debts and payment for goods, and under sections 4 and 5 of the Currency Act of 1964, Act 242, anyone who refuses to accept Ghanaian cedis, whether coins or notes, can face a fine or up to 3 years in prison. Esagoma. So the Bank of Ghana is encouraging you to continue using the 2010 Peswa coins and the 2010 and 5 Peswa coins. If anyone refuses and you have a complaint, WhatsApp them 0593 974 486, or you can send an email complaints.office@bog.gov.gh. If you have time, visit their office, Financial Stability Department, 4th floor, Urban Block, the Bank Square, Bank of Ghana, Accra. The 3i Africa Summit is still ongoing. The continent's biggest fintech gathering is under the theme The Next Frontier, Shaping Africa's Integrated Fintech Future. It started on the 6th to end on the 8th. Destiny Arena is where it's happening. You will meet founders, you will encounter regulators, and you can close deals with global investors as we redefine how Africa interacts, invests, and grows. 3i Africa is proudly hosted by the BOG, Bank of Ghana, with support from GIPS and the Global Finance and Technology Network. Register now at 3iafrica.com and be part of the transformation. For your education dreams, especially taking it abroad, let's talk to IDP. Some of you have been scammed, I know, and you are thinking about it, but let IDP help you, okay? They'll give you free counseling and application support, all of that free. And then your journey will begin with us. We are your trusted global partner for study abroad services. IDP offers expert free support for study abroad applications to the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and Canada. We help thousands of students achieve their international dreams. So visit us at Osu Akwaje in Kumasi. We are in Edum in Siase. Call this number 054-233-1052. Book your IELTS test today. Speak to our counselors and take the first step toward your future abroad.
And make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister. Treat me like your brother.
Well, this June, don't just watch a World Cup, live it with Match Hospitality. Match Experience Hospitality brings you premium access to football's biggest stage with VIP seating, exclusive lounges, gourmet dining, and priority entry. Call 055-155-119. Visit matchexhospitality.com or walk into any of our branches for more information. Match Experience Hospitality. Don't just watch the game, live it. And flexible policy like the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan helps you build a legacy that offers you cover of up to 300,000 CDs with no underwriting, greater flexibility with no limits to the lives you can cover up to age 80, and an uninterrupted, no lapse cover, enabling you to secure what matters most. So this you can reach Old Mutual on this short code *378*3# request a call for the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan. Old Mutual do great things every day.
Please make me one of your own. Treat me like your sister.
The Lexus University College invites students, workers, and the general public. If you're seeking world-class education at Premier University, or you want a market-driven professional qualification, and also you want to upgrade, from diploma for a bachelor's degree, then the Lexus University College is the best university to help you realize these dreams. Undergraduate programs, we have the following in BSc: Nursing, Midwifery, Human Resource Management, Accounting and IT, Applied Insurance, Risk and Data Analytics, Banking and Finance, Computer Science, Information Communication Technologies, Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics, all of that in a very serene teaching and learning environment, cutting edge facilities. Find us in Tema Community 25 at Peace B Junction. delexusuniversity.edu.gh is where to apply online. Call 0551 126 448. WhatsApp 0577 734 549. Admission is in progress.
Now, this is a snapshot of precisely what happened, and I think that, for me, this tells the whole story. At time T, 000022.32, this was the incident scene. the ambulance got to the accident site. From there, 11 minutes, 22.43, they arrived at police hospital. This was the first point of contact with a formal hospital system. So arrival of police hospital, and from there, they were moved on to the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. They arrived 26 minutes later at 22:58 to Greater Accra Regional Hospital. And again, at Greater Accra Regional Hospital, they were moved on to Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. 48 minutes later, at 23:20, they arrived at Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. And in all this, patient was alive. Again, Korle Bu Hospital, there was no joy. In fact, he was moved on to go to UGMC, but the ambulance crew refused to move. And at 00:30, 118 minutes later, patient was pronounced dead. And the pathology confirms a slow death from medical neglect and was not from the instant trauma. What it means is that if at any of these facilities there had been medical intervention, Charles Amisa could have survived. Now the key findings. Charles Amisa died of exsanguination, excessive loss of blood due to an upper right arm bone and soft tissue injury, causing damage to the axillary and brachial arteries and veins following a road traffic accident. Death of Charles Amisa could have been avoided by medical intervention at the police hospital, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, or Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. If the ambulance crew had applied compression on the laceration and packed the deep wound prior to transportation, they could have stopped the bleeding. They could also have administered intravenous fluids in the ambulance whilst moving. That would have restored the blood volume. And if in the hospitals they had either given intravenous fluids or whole blood, either in police, the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, or Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, they would have maintained life. Now, there were key findings related to the National Ambulance Service. We discovered that there was lack of documentation of critical vital signs of the patient. When they got there, they were able to take the blood pressure, they were able to take the SpO2, that's the oxygen content in the blood. But beyond that, there was very little that they could do. And it was because if you look at the ambulance itself had equipment that were stationary. And unfortunately, the BP cuff got torn, and therefore it was difficult for them to take the vital signs. One of the other things was that there was no lack of formal handing over procedure. I mean, if you go with an ambulance crew, you identify yourself, EMT, Ajimambedu Akosa, I have a patient, XYZ, and you're handing over to who? So all that becomes part of the documentation of both the National Ambulance Service and the receiving hospitals. But there's nothing like that.
All right, so that was Professor Ajimambedu Akosa. Let's hear from Dr. Matilda Amisa. Ironically, a medical officer at the emergency unit of the University of Cape Coast, she and her colleagues have started the Charles Amisa Foundation to train medical practitioners and first responders in basic emergency care. She gave a short interview in reaction to this report.
Yes. I mean, we are reminded again of the tragic death of Charles Emisa. That's my brother. I mean, currently we didn't let my mom listen because I'm not there. I'm at Cape Coast Teaching Hospital at the moment, and we had to, prevent her from listening because this will just bring everything back to her again. But yes, it was a good report, very extensive report, and we appreciate the committee that did the investigation. We also thank the minister for the effort he put into, making sure that this investigation came out well. But that's at the moment. The family is grieving all over again. But it was a good initiative. It had to be done. And we appreciate the professionalism, the commitment and the dedication, towards the whole process in pursuit. But we thank God that the report has come.
Is it the expectation of the family that indeed this issue of no birth syndrome from the recommendations of the committee will end this issue of no birth syndrome in our hospitals?
Yes. I also got the privilege to join a brilliant team of doctors who discussed this matter, just like the minister has mentioned. But we have also taken the initiative to set up a foundation in memory of Charles Emisa to improve on our referral systems and then the emergency response system. As at the moment, we have partnered with the Regional Directorate, Central Region, and we are starting a program for physician assistants tomorrow. We'll do an online before we do the in-person to train them in emergency response and proper referral. So, yes, we have created Charles Emisa Foundation, and we hope that we would also play our role as an NGO to end the emergency care crisis that is going on in this country.
Will you do this in all public hospitals, or you are just starting at your end and then later you roll it out to other public hospitals?
Yes, so it's a flagship program. We are starting in Central Region, and this program, after its success, will be extended to all other regions. So we are still in talks with major stakeholders in the various regions, but we are already in motion in Central Region. As
a medical person yourself and someone with the emergency unit, are you surprised your brother had to go through this ordeal in the hands of your own colleague, medical doctors?
Very much surprised. Very much surprised when I heard that he was turned away. It could be if it was a health center, they might not have enough resources to attend to the patients, and they will refer to us at the teaching hospital. Sometimes it happens. The health centers, the CHIPS compound, some of the emergencies are too much for them, and they will refer. But this is the case. He went through emergency capable hospitals, and they still turned him away. So I was very much surprised. Very much surprised.
Dr. Matilda Emisa is the sister to the late Charles Emisa, who lost his life after a hit-and-run vehicle knocked him down. He was picked up by the ambulance service, stabilized, presumably sent to 3 hospitals who all refused to receive him because they said they had no bed. It's become a national conversation. Last week, Thursday, we had a big conversation about that at the Pre-Circle Boys program. Professor Jim Abedu Akosa and his team have put together this report, and there are many, many issues. So let's start off with the recommendations. So Kakra, let's go through the recommendations of the committee. I think we've already read the findings. Yes, the findings and what they want done to the individuals.
Yes.
But they are also systemic recommendations that I want you to touch on.
Yes. So just as some of the findings focused on individual medical professionals, the recommendations also talks about referring them for disciplinary action. So recommendations 1 to 7 do that. So I will jump that because it's essentially asking for some kind of sanction or disciplinary action. And I will jump to recommendation 8, specific recommendation 8 that says expedite action on the establishment of a national electronic emergency bed management system, NEEBMS. Specific recommendation 9, take steps to fully integrate the Ghana Armed Forces Critical Care and Emergency Hospital into the National Emergency and Critical Care System. 10, ensure compulsory triaging of all patients brought to healthcare facilities in a state of emergency across the country. 11, establish a national emergency care fund to enable emergency care for the first 24 hours in public and private healthcare facilities across the country. 12, expedite action on legislation for public and private healthcare facilities to prioritize life-threatening cases and ensure stabilizing interventions for patients in need of emergency care across the country. 13, ensure basic life support and advanced cardiac life support training for health workers, pupils, students, and general public. And 14, which is the final recommendation, it says establish a national governance and management system for emergency care to ensure implementation of all game-changing interventions in public and private healthcare facilities across the country.
So those were the structural recommendations. So you can see they've separated the human.
Yes.
And the human is grouped into professionalism, competence, and then there's also like equipment. They spoke about some of the stuff in the ambulance, record keeping, reporting, and handing over stuff. And then they now deal with what you just read. I think all these things need to be done. For me, what I find worrying is how people explain away the problem just from the point of view of the system doesn't work. I was telling somebody that we all know the work we do, and somebody can listen to you and say you did well, but you will know you could have done better. You get it? Somebody can also criticize you, and you will know you did your best. So there's always the moral compass of the conscience. So there are days where I do a show and people are like, Charlie, your show was great, and I know that, Charlie, no, I wasn't fair to this guy, I should have done a better job. Or the other day you do a show, people insult you, and you realize, I know what, I freed my mind, it doesn't matter. So your conscience must always judge you. Now we also know that people who work, there's a lot of constraints for their work. So there's always, look, people are overworked, that's true. But there's a sense in which sometimes that being overworked or getting familiar with your work can desensitize you to the reason why you are doing the work. Even me, sometimes I can come here and I'll just be joking. And I realize, no, we didn't come on air to joke. You can have fun, but there are more serious issues to discuss. So your boss needs to always give you a reality check that, hey, yes, it's good to talk about the food you ate yesterday, but there are pressing issues. So sometimes you can get familiar, you can get comfortable, you can get, what's the word? Yeah. And then you need to be reminded that you need to treat this with urgency. So the sense I get is that the medical profession generally, because they work under a lot of stress and strain, they feel misunderstood and they feel wrongly judged. But I don't know if they have accepted that they've become insensitive to the patients, which is why a person brought in an official ambulance will not even be looked at. And this is really the point I was making the last time I spoke about this, that if the nurse or the doctor or whoever, the receiving party, knew the identity of the person in the ambulance, they would definitely find a way. So while I understand that people are overworked and people are stressed, I don't think any of the medical people can look in the mirror and say that if they knew Charles Emisa, he went to school with them, or it was their cousin or their brother, that they will simply say there's no bed, take him to another hospital. For me, that is where the cookie crumbles. So it's a difficult conversation to have because I am not a doctor, and so I don't understand the way they work. But I think that question of when a receiving party sees an ambulance bringing somebody, all right, if they knew who the person was, if they knew that it was the president of Ghana, would they say there's no bed? If they knew this was their relative, would they say there's no bed? You get it? So if we don't deal with that central question, I think that question is an attitude stroke work motivation question. It's not, and I'm not saying don't build a national emergency system, but of course build it. But you see, whatever you build, the human being is at the heart of every system we build.
True.
So if the person's mindset or attitude is that I don't care, your system can only work as far. You get it? So whilst I do not discount all the things, build this national emergency system, supply this, increase beds, do this system, all those things. I always say that at the heart of every system, look, you can build a new studio, you can change the journalism law, you can buy the latest recording gadgets. If I am lazy, or if I'm wicked, or if I'm corrupt, I'll still produce wrong journalism. So the most important thing to spend your resource on is my mindset and my competence as a person. In fact, sometimes my attitude and my competence can make up for lack of equipment. Sometimes, not all the time, in the context of journalism. So I just want to say that people should not be defensive about this. Let's all accept our role, that as a society, who you know and money plays a big role in how we do everything. It's not just for only doctors. It's not just doctors. Generally in society, is who you know. And a society that does that, all right, it's only a matter of time that another Charles Emisa will occur. So if we don't confront that attitude problem and pretend as if it's just equipment, triage, all this big English we are speaking, you get it? It's, I think it's a nation that has lost its moral compass.
Yeah.
And the moral voices are few because we've all become complicit in the whole thing. So when you say this, so you are pointing the finger. And because of professional pride, people will defend their professions. But Charlie, we failed Charles Emisa.
Before
we failed him.
Godfred come in, he said it's only a matter of time and another will happen. Only last week, Abigail Opoku also passed at the Kaswa Mother and Child Hospital under very, very painful circumstances. And one that was simply because human beings did not have enough empathy to support, to lend care and help to another. And I think that we shouldn't get to the point where people lose their humanity. You know, you talk about the fact that if the professionals had known who he was, the treatment would have been different. I was telling Sky the other time that I have relations who are in the healthcare sector, but anytime they themselves need medical attention to a certain degree, I try as much as possible to show up. Not only because I'm lending support emotionally to the person who needs that attention, but I want the people who are going to take care of that person to know that, oh, that's Caleb's whatever it is. You know, and it doesn't have to get there. You know, we need to build trust in this system that you can be sure that everyone will get the best quality of care, you know, within the resources that are available. And to be honest, we want to really appeal to our healthcare professionals. We know there are constraints, as Bernard has said, but honestly, we will all account for the work we do, you know, at some point, beyond the earnings we make at the end of the month, beyond everything else. Most of you want to travel abroad. Over the weekend, a lady I interviewed years back she's a nurse, I interviewed her because she wanted to leave Ghana to go practice abroad. She called to say, oh, she got a visa, she got some scholarship, she's trying to find money to buy a ticket and all of that. And those places that most of you want to go to, the kind of attitude you put up here in Ghana, it won't be tolerated. right? You won't even have access to your phones when you're working. The way some of you are TikToking
there to develop that. So if you push that argument, so is it an attitude problem or a system problem where a person can get away with something in Ghana, but in another system
they cannot?
So is it an attitude? Is it systems or culture? Because I think it's like you need to mix the three. Exactly. Because if you look at Ghanaians and how they behave when they go and work abroad, the culture there,
it's very different,
and the system there. So I had something that this is also a verdict on Ghanaian society. We may be saying that the doctors and the nurses are being scapegoated, or they are being caught in this web for today. But I feel like we need to expand this to look at the general attitude of Ghanaians to everything. If you look, a restaurant person, you go and meet them, the way they talk to you, it's part. You see, nothing gets. I don't think there are very few things that happen suddenly. A lot of things happen over time. You get it? So this is a reflection of who we've become as a society: insensitive and very callous, and only looking out for our personal interests or the interests of those closest to us. All right. So while we discuss these systemic issues, I feel like there should be a big conversation about how the Ghanaian became like this, or whether we've always been like this.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you make that point about the mindset and how we've become what we are. But dare I say that this is part of the evolution of society. And as we evolve, there's a certain social and moral decadence, okay, some of which we experience. But it also lies in the way, in the organization of our society, the governance that we experience, okay, where talk to any young person and what they're going to tell you is that as a Ghanaian, you're on your own. You have to figure out your water, your electricity. In as much as you have a relationship with the state, you are on your own. And so there's a lot of individualism, not because people are necessarily choosing that, but they are sort of, they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. We are becoming individualistic because the system we exist in is sort of forcing us to be. Because we do not have a choice, we have to mind our business, solve our own problems, think about ourselves and our immediate family. Okay, a governance system where there's a lot of rent-seeking and parochial interest as against the greater good, the interest of the majority of the population. So we are sort of, there's a culturalization of this mindset that you talk about, the me first, the individual. And unfortunately, unless we change that will not, we won't see, the empathy we expect from the service industry, the personnel in the service industry. It's the question you asked about, is it the mindset, is it the system, or is it the culture? And which you answered, because the mindset, there's a certain sync between the mindset, the culture, and the system. The mindset makes the culture, which makes the system. And then again, the system, which becomes what I would call a nemesis on all of us, our next, now reinforces or acculturates as mindset and culture again. It's like a loop. It's just going and going and going. But Bernard, I have just some few comments. First, I think that this is good work by the committee. They showed their expertise and their objectivity. It's been a long time I heard such a report speak very clear about what the problem is. Didn't mince words. Wasn't politically correct. No. And I think kudos to them. I think that, however, a fundamental question still remains, some of which we see in the messages that are, trooping in. I find impressive the accountability that the committee sought to exert in pointing fingers at individuals or professionals who ought to have done their professional duty and failed to or neglected to. But I think beyond that, beyond the challenges with for instance, the competence of the staff in the ambulance, the reporting and communication system of the ambulance, I didn't hear them talk about a certain real-time communication where when the ambulance got to the accident ground and picked up the individual, whether they were able to in real time communicate with the first hospital, which is the police hospital, before they got there. But that's just part of it. So all of this shows a systemic failure, that the health system has failed. The health system is made up of certain structures, certain individuals, all of which have to work to make it function, to make the system function. It's good to see the labor part of it, the sanctions being recommended to deal with the failure of the professionals. Okay, that is good. But the people who run the structures and the system, so that's going to the top, because the report points in almost all their recommendations, they talk about a certain failure of the triage system that should have been happening in all the hospitals and in quick emergency healthcare. And Godfrey read a certain report when this came up, okay, that the no bed syndrome was sort of the face of the debilitating health system. Okay, many hospitals, we discovered, had poor emergency departments. Okay, so who is being held accountable for those structural inefficiencies or operational difficulties? Okay, facilities that are obsolete, or equipment that are obsolete, and equipment that are not even in existence or in this country, but they are still needed. Some people have to take those decisions, and it's beyond the individual doctors and nurses that we found did not do their job. Many more people up the ladder didn't do their job, and they also need to be held accountable.
I wanted to ask a question about, does the buck stop with the doctor? Because you notice the people sanctioned were the doctors and then the nurses on duty. Maybe somebody need to help me. If a patient is rushed to a hospital, will the doctor know? Do you understand? Maybe somebody needs to discuss this. If you're a medical person, let me understand this. If somebody's rushed into a facility and there's a doctor in the ward, or maybe not in the ward, in the consulting room or wherever, will they ordinarily know that a patient has been brought, or they would have to be told? So was it a failure of the chain of command, or it was a failure of responsibility? Because I think that's because there's also like the head of a hospital, right? So why does it end with the doctor? So why does it end with the nurse and the doctor, and say not the overall medical superintendent? You see where I'm going with this?
Well, I mean, in matters like this, there's first of all a question of proximity. Because when you rush a person to the hospital, there are immediate officers you meet. Those may include nurses in appropriate cases, security people who allow access as and when necessary, and then also doctors on call who are either immediately in the ward or maybe in the arrest areas
or consulting
rooms, and are immediately summoned to come and attend to the situation. Now, if you read the report, you would find that all these doctors who are being if you like, flagged, have been spoken to in one way or the other, and they have had their responses taken into account, which is to say that at the relevant time, on the relevant day, they had one knowledge or the other of what exactly the situation was, but did not do what was constitutionally required, professionally required, ethically required, in order to save the life of the gentleman. So in the circumstances, they would have to bear, if the facts support what has been found, responsibility for the death of the victims, the victim. In the sense of higher authority, of course, there would have to be some evidence to show that perhaps at the very top, attention was drawn to the situation on the ground, and somehow either the overall boss didn't care about the situation or gave a command that contradicted the constitutional provision on the right to life and the right to health, and then also the ethical responsibility that was in play at that particular time. Absent any evidence to the effect that maybe the overall boss was aware of the situation and sort of gave an instruction that was completely unacceptable, you cannot, if you like, hold the officer in charge directly responsible. Of course, in other jurisdictions, people bear moral responsibility in cases like this and say that, well, perhaps if I had led well enough, my subordinates...
So that would be their decision.
Exactly. But of course, there's a question of vicarious liability. I mean, these doctors and nurses who are alleged to have, misconducted themselves do have professional relationship or employment relationship with the hospitals involved, and for that matter, the government. And they were acting in the line of duty when this thing allegedly happened. And in those cases, the law allows that you hold the hospital directly responsible for the conduct or misconduct of the professionals in this particular case, leading to someone dying. And for that matter, the government of Ghana. So in appropriate cases, if the family is so advised, I'm sure they know what to do in order to exact justice in this particular matter. But beyond that, there are 3 quick points that I want to make reading the report. The first one has to do with the denial of emergency care, which in my respectful view sort of undermines the constitutional provision on the right to life and the right to health. If you read the relevant chapters of the Constitution on human rights, the Constitution guarantees the right to life and imposes an obligation on people in appropriate offices to do everything possible, reasonably possible, to protect this life, unless, of course, the law intervenes to say in appropriate cases, people's lives should be taken. Equally, as a health professional, you are, enjoined to safeguard the life of patients. Equally, look at the provisions of the Patients Charter and also the duties, the Hippocratic Oath, as we generally refer to. These documents insist on what you must do in a reasonable way in order to preserve life. In the circumstances, there are serious issues at play here. And the question is whether, beyond administrative sanctions, whether there's a question of possible manslaughter here, which should be properly discussed. I'm just raising the question. So that if the evidence leads to that, we want to see whether the state will be minded to do something in that respect. That's not to say that I'm saying that something like that is crystallized. And then also the institutional failure matter that Kakra spoke about briefly. I believe that there's a general culture within the health system that we have to actually exercise. It undermines everything. Look, you rush people to hospital in some cases. You see a nurse probably watching Kunku Badia.
Nonchalant.
Right? Nonchalant, unconcerned, doesn't seem to care about the pain that the person, you have rushed in is going through. Now, you ask yourself whether this is an isolated matter or it has become a core part of the culture of our, many of our hospitals. Now, you realize that if there's someone in charge of this hospital, he would have become aware that there's a general culture within the institution where people get into the hospital seeking care, and somehow people don't care. You go to labor wards, women are in serious pain, asking for one relief or the other. So, like they are shouting at you. Sometimes all it takes is some medication, you understand, to calm the person or to ease the pain.
But Sky, these things don't happen in the private hospitals, or at least the few I've seen. They are very professional, but the public ones, it's like anything goes.
Well,
generally the private hospitals, because of the leadership's insistence, because they want money. But the challenge with that is that the poor will never get such good service, because when you go to a posh private hospital, but even there you have to pay. For some of the private hospitals, you can carry somebody there, and if you don't deposit money, they won't treat you. So it's not just the public sector thing.
It's you see, the point you make is valid to an extent. That to some extent you don't see some of these, because I've covered health-related, deaths like this, which were private in character. Very recently, we saw one from the Volta region, which the relevant authorities are supposed to be investigating. We remember the VAR case, where a woman lost a baby under very controversial circumstances and all of that. So the point is that it is a cultural problem. The fact that someone gets rushed into hospital and the nurse is watching, Kumkumbagya or whatever he's watching, and doesn't seem to care about what happens to that person, it speaks to what kind of leadership is being provided at the hospital. Yeah. Because the kinds of things that are allowed.
It's a leadership problem.
Exactly, because you should go ask a few questions.
Meanwhile, as we speak, doctors and medical lab people are fighting over control of, what do you call it? The labs. They are fighting. It's a tough war between two professional bodies. I wish they will also fight over who is responsible when an emergency is brought and somebody dies. Who will take the blame? No, they are not interested in that.
Exactly.
They're interested in professional pride, as whether it's doctors or medical lab, all kinds of things.
So there should be a cultural shift. And my final point, Bernard, has to do with the absence of a national emergency care fund, which the report talks about.
Yeah.
Bernard, look, you don't know where you'll be tomorrow as a listener. You find yourself somewhere in a remote part of Ghana. Unfortunately, knock on wood, something happens to you. You get rushed to a hospital. In the case of the Aplau matter that I referenced, the person was rushed in, but because they said that, the family people didn't have enough money to cover, certain things, they just left the patient to eventually pass on. Now, the point here is, if the state can guarantee that at least within the first 24 hours of, a person, experiencing an emergency, the state can take care of that. It removes the impediment of cash, which sometimes leads to the deaths that we see. You get rushed to the hospital, you don't know anybody there, the nurse doesn't know you, you don't have family people there. There should be some responsibility imposed on the state to ensure that care is provided. And where care is provided, the state should pay for it.
I'll tell you something. When we did our program, Okoboy suggested exactly what you said. He said he thinks we insure cars but don't insure the human being in the car. So he believes that if every car owner, the insurance premium you pay for the car
covers
a small percentage of it covers the human being. All of that money can be removed from the insurance companies and paid into a fund and called the Ghana Emergency Care Fund. Because he says that one of the reasons why a lot of the hospitals are reluctant is that they don't want debt. So if that fund can be generated, so you pay 2,000 for your car insurance,
maybe
add 200 cedis for the human being.
Yeah.
That money goes into a fund which is dedicated solely to medical emergency payments.
Exactly. Right.
So if in a day you have 10 medical emergencies that you treat, and out of them 4 of them don't have money to pay, through some system the state will pay for that treatment. I thought it was a brilliant suggestion.
Exactly.
I mean, a fantastic suggestion which I think we can push for it, because a lot of the hesitancies around, Charlie, I don't want this thing to cause more debt for me, as DEBT for me. So I think it's a very fantastic point that you've made, that we must push and follow through.
And I believe that the MPs on the health committee, the speaker directed after a statement by the Honourable Marking on this matter, that there should be an investigation, and that's
from the parliament side.
That's right, and that there should be consequences. One of the fallouts, which should be positive, should be this particular thing we are talking about. Parliament has got to act on it. If it is 30%, 35%, 25%, we must see the establishment of this fund. In some cases, in other jurisdictions, they name it after the victims, like this Charles Emisa Fund or whatever it is, as a way of reminding all of us that out of this pain that the family has experienced, something positive.
I want to read some highlights of 2 submissions from our program. Mrs. Faustina Ekua Adepa represented the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association during the conversation. She was the only nurse on the panel. She brought a nursing and operational perspective to the panel. She noted with great poignancy that she remembered the no-bed syndrome from 30 years ago when her own father was taken to the old emergency unit at Kolebu in a wheelchair at a time when neither RIG nor UGMC existed. Her observation was sharp. Ghana has added major facilities since then, yet the problem persists, which proves the issue is systemic and not merely infrastructural. Her contribution focused on 3 areas: bystander and first responder training.
Yeah.
She aligned with the consensus view that basic first aid, including CPR and bleeding control, must become widely understood by the public. She referenced Stop the Bleed as a practical and teachable skill that can be the difference between life and death before an ambulance arrives, noting specifically that Charles Amice's death might have been prevented had those present known how to control hemorrhage. 2. The importance of pre-hospital care. Ambulance crews and bystanders who are the first to reach a patient represent the most critical window of intervention. Training these first responders is as important as hospital upgrade. 3. Staff attitude. Mrs. Adipa was direct. A nurse or doctor who is on duty must not allow a patient to die due to poor attitude. The no-bed syndrome becomes worse when the human dimension fails alongside the systemic one. She noted that attitude is a professional responsibility and cannot be excused by systemic pressure alone. Should I repeat this? She was direct. A nurse or doctor who is on duty must not allow a patient to die due to poor attitude. The no-bed syndrome becomes worse when the human dimension fails alongside the systemic one. She noted that attitude is a professional responsibility and cannot be excused by systemic pressure alone. Then let me now read the Okoboy
submission
on insurance and funding. Dr. Okoboy proposed the dedication of a portion of existing motor insurance premiums, perhaps 5%, to an emergency care fund. Any patient presenting at any facility with an emergency would have their first 48 hours of care covered by this fund, with any HIS picking up the subsequent bill. This would remove the financial disincentive for facilities to accept emergency patients and encourage private hospitals to open their doors. He acknowledged that private hospitals are deterred by bad debt and that guaranteeing payment through insurance is the most practical mechanism to unlock this capacity. Don't forget, Okoboy used to be the head of NHI. He then spoke about universal health insurance. He argued that health insurance must become as socially and legally expected as vehicle insurance. He cited the example of German universities requiring students to demonstrate health insurance on their first day of class. In Ghana, every vehicle on the road carries insurance, but the driver may not have insurance. He proposed linking health insurance verification to mandatory life events such as school enrollment and employment registration. On hospital management and accountability, Dr. Okoboy was unambiguous in stating that Ghana does not have a transparent, merit-based system for appointing hospital managers. Current practice is influenced by seniority, political affiliation, and personal connections rather than track record and competence. He proposed the introduction of referral audits as a counterbalance to this problem. If every referral were documented, captured, and reviewed periodically, hospitals that refer cases they could have managed internally would be identified and held accountable. He noted with frustration that despite documented cases of egregious no-bed failures, the report exists, but no one person has moved from a post as a consequence. The sanctions regime must be credible. And then he noted another interesting point on new private beds being for the privileged. Dr. Okoboy noted that while new hospitals such as Accra Medical Center and Bank Hospital had added beds to the system, these were largely inaccessible to ordinary Ghanaians. An appendicitis case that would cost approximately 2,000 cedis at an NHIS registered facility could cost 10,000 cedis at a private hospital. Ambulance service would not transport patients to private hospitals that require a deposit. The solution was not to expand beds only at premium end, but to ensure that all beds in the system are accessible to emergencies through appropriate insurance mechanisms, which he has described. On bed capacity, WHO benchmarks of approximately 5 emergency beds per 1,000 population, and applying even the most conservative ratio of 1 bed per 1,000 for Accra's population of approximately 6 million, Ghana's capital should have at least 6,000 emergency beds. Current provision does not reach a third of that figure. So these are the contributions that Dr. Okoboy made during the presentation at our event exactly a week today. Akoto, you are wearing a hat this morning.
Yeah, Clement says that you should remove the hat before he comes for you.
Tell Clement that I'm the supreme ruler.
He was wearing a fugu cap
of the Zuma.
But you need to understand what you are wearing.
I understand it clearly. I am well updated on culture.
Godfred, before you come in, there's a big comment about our focus on ambulance and hospital without the driver. Because they showed the gentleman's motorbike, very small motorbike.
I made the point when the thing happened. I made the point that
yes, and I think we need to repeat that point about the focus on the health system without the focus on the transportation system. Mm-hmm. Because he was hit. Has the police come? Okay, think about it. The medical side has generated reports in 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's been a public inquiry. Has the Ghana Police Service done any investigation on this?
We haven't received an update.
Have they found anything about the driver?
We called on them here repeatedly.
We haven't heard anything from that.
Godfrey, before you can, let me make a small legal point there. You see, in the realm of law on matters like this, there's a principle known as, the chain of causation. The death that has resulted, could it have been broken by an intervening development? I think the principle is novus actus intervenire, if my memory serves me correctly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a legal, coinage, which says that if you hit someone and the person subsequently dies, were there intervening developments which could have, to some extent, absorbed you of
the person who hit
direct blame for the death? In this particular case, if you read the report carefully, there's a suggestion that yes, the guy was hit by some driver, but the real cause of death is not the vehicle that knocked him down, but the apparent or the alleged neglect that he suffered at these 3 hospitals. So, in the circumstances, it would seem that yes, we should raise the question of the guy who knocked him. We should find him and prosecute him because the law doesn't allow hit and run a related matter. But the real elephant in the room is the neglect that he.
But that's an interesting angle, because whilst the legal, if this was a court, whilst the expert testimony of the committee will be very strong.
Exactly.
But I also feel like the original sin was the knocking of the guy.
Oh yeah, I mean that all the time.
So that if he hadn't been knocked with that injury, he wouldn't have bled. So whilst the trauma of the knocking didn't kill him directly, so do you understand? So I think we need to compound the two, because I feel like Akosa doesn't have information about the guy who knocked him.
Yeah, that's not even his.
That's not his remit. So but I'm saying that in describing pathologically while he died, that he died from not the trauma of the hit, but for the bleeding that
the insanguination.
Yes, he's given a medical verdict. But I'm also saying that the hit and run problem is a very key part of his death.
No doubt about it.
So that we should have a conversation about driving, motorbike usage, the lighting of our streets, because this happened in the night at Nkrumah Circle. This motorbike is very small. You get it. And we do not know even the nature of the hit. And the Ghana Police Service needs to do as a... I think they need to come out of the darkness.
Yes.
The fact that they haven't even issued a statement on this, I think is completely embarrassing.
Yeah.
You get it? Because this is February 6th.
It was a high-profile issue.
So the people went to report to the ambulance people. But even if they didn't report directly to the police station, the police have the responsibility for maintaining civic order. They cannot tell me that for 6 months, 3 months, they don't know anything about this issue.
Yeah, so we are hoping we can get the police to give us an update on this matter. I have said all the things that need to be said on this matter.
So will you just comment for us then?
I will. My mind hasn't changed, and I think my colleagues have dealt with the different angles. All I will just add is, look, the attitude and culture issue you raised, I have given it deep thought. My position was slightly different the first time we had this conversation, and I think it's fair when you listen to their accounts You know, and I would say let nobody be defensive about this, whilst also accepting that the systemic issues that I normally base my argument on exist. What I will push for from here is the speed of the fix. We cannot dwell, unfortunately, but what we can do is make sure it doesn't happen again. So last 2 weeks we had the health minister here who came to talk beautifully about a lot of things that they are doing. But what also hit me was during tech and social media trends, Eduka Kofi's reference to a story we did in 2017, where
7 hospitals refused demand
treatment. Same things were said.
Yeah.
Recommendations were put on paper.
Yeah.
We are in 2026. We are still making the same recommendations, the same thing. We cannot have it.
Yeah.
Your good friend Umar Farouk, who sent I don't know if you read Umar Farouk's.
Yeah. What did he say? I didn't read it.
About.
Is he a doctor?
Yeah, he's a nurse.
What did he say?
He was a specialized emergency nurse in another country, but he made reference to changing inverting the pyramid, basically, where a lot of the money that goes to the big hospitals, essentially, should go down.
Yeah.
He says patients go where the resources go. So if the resources are at the district hospitals, the best doctors also go there. If the resources are at the CHIPS compounds, if the drugs are there, people will go there. Okay. So you will not go to emergency wards and meet people with hypertension and meet people with headaches and meet people with those concerns. Because basically, the notion of every person who is ill is that take me to Kolebu.
Yeah.
If you thought the person that you are taking him to the small polyclinic, he is too small.
Yeah.
He doesn't think.
So let's spend more on those facilities, to spread the responsibility.
Also talks about the decision makers at the door.
Oh.
And I think it is essential. Who makes the decision at the door? Who says you can come in?
And you can come in. Who is the gatekeeper?
Who does that? Who makes those evaluations? Those are the things we need to see done speedily by the system, whilst hoping that once those things are done, some of them will fix the attitudes. Because if there is somebody at the gate who makes a determination and says, Bernard Avle's situation is this because his BP is that, his pulse is this, is that. Once that decision is made and the person enters, there is no way a doctor can say, I will not treat you. The decision is clear. So that would, in essence, also help adjust that attitude problem that we see.
Yeah. So it's linked to responsibility.
Exactly.
And
so
attitude.
for me, I'm just saying, let's see some speed of action. Let's not waste the work of Professor Ajimambedu Akosa and his committee members. Mr. Minta Akando, we talk about, and it's always bad that missed opportunities are born out of tragedy.
Charlie.
I hate it.
Yeah. An opportunity to use the grief to do something.
There's
a quick correction to me here.
Okay, please.
Dear Bernard, I'm surprised we are talking about emergency health fund. There exists a provision for that under NHIS. The National Insurance Commission remits funds to NHIS from the car insurance cover. Already, NHIS takes that money and transfers part to National Ambulance Service. The NHIS should be able to tell us what they use the funds from NIC for. Let's check if it's not a case of institutions not doing what is expected of them. I was surprised Dr. Okoboy in the piece you read assumed there is no provision for emergency financing. Nicholas, thank you.
So, Bernard,
I will have to look at the wording of the provision in question.
Yes, he actually points me to NHIS Act 2012 and asked me to go and look at it and see whether you are right. And he's not the only person. Another person has also sent the same message that there is all emergencies are covered under NHIS. So the question is, how are the resources used? For which reason hospitals don't want debt? Because the issue of private hospitals not wanting to treat people who don't pay first is a big issue. So if all emergencies are covered, how does the NHIS administer it to a point where people are being turned away?
Yeah.
All right.
So
we'll take a short break.
Let's see the speed.
Thank you. This is still the City Breakfast Show. Don't go away.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Protect yourself from germs and bacteria with confidence. Cleanse hand soap effectively kills 99.9% of germs with every use. Perfect for all your hand washing moments throughout the day. Available in a variety of variants and delightful flavors. Choose Cleanse for yourself, your family, and friends. Make Cleanse your daily essential. The GC brand. It's all about you. This advert is FDA approved.
Let's clean soap.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody gets your own. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrady, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Sakofa pepe powder me kwa ujawu me shishi. 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 Shishi wrong. Shishi wrong.
Abosu kiba bidye, unya sankofa. Pepe soup where you know what, pepe sankofa. Sankofa pepe powder, shishi raw.
Sankofa pepe powder me kwa ujawu me shishi. Sankofa pepe powder me kwa ujawu me shishi. Kwa ujawu me shishi. Kwa ujawu me shishi. Kwa ujawu me shishi. Kwa ujawu. Sankofa pepe powder. Ujawu.
FDA aji ejade nkrato yatum.
Ago Ghana, Ago Asanteman. The State Housing Company Limited, the nation's #1 builder, invites the general public to the historic sword-cutting ceremony of the Green City, Dedesua. The Green City, Dedesua, is a meticulously planned 200-acre integrated ecosystem designed to deliver over 1,000 housing units in a harmonized environment, blending modern architecture with a natural environment. Date, Saturday, May 9th, 2026. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Location, Dedesua, Ashanti region. In attendance will be the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and His Majesty Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Join us as we break ground for this landmark project. Be part of the legacy. Be part of the Green Revolution. For more information, contact 024-046-9641 or 024-454-6768. State Housing Company Limited, the nation's #1 builder.
Hello, my name is Wakadri, and I'm a man of many voices. Some people fall for Pamela.
Good afternoon, this is Pamela. We're revalidating some mobile app accounts. Kindly confirm your details.
Or my other victims who think I'm calling from.
Hello, customer experience here. Your account has been blocked. Please provide your PIN so we can reactivate it immediately.
Others panic and fall for that one.
Dear customer, click the link in the SMS we just sent you to upgrade to your ATM services.
My favorites are the ones who click first and think later.
Hey, Randy.
Be honest. Like play, you could also fall for this. Stay safe. Remember, EcoBank will never call, email, or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details. Pay attention to detail.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
It's 9:24 on the City Breakfast Show, and we're here with friends from Old Mutual to talk about the legacy plan, the Old Mutual legacy plan. And Albert Agadu is the group COO. He's here again. He was here a week ago. And Emma Okanse, also here, head of distribution. So last week, the conversation was about legacy planning, the importance of planning ahead, and what leaving a good legacy means for your family. You did that interview, right? All right, so that was phase one. Now, gentlemen and lady, welcome to the show today.
Thank you.
And let's talk solutions. When we say a good legacy plan, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I'll take that, Bernard. So, a good legacy plan should give you peace of mind. It should make sure that you have provided long-term security.
All right.
I think what's also very important is you want to take care of the people who love you, right? So you should be able to adapt it to your different life stages. So, for instance, first job, you are not married. Even when you start planning, then you are thinking of just yourself and your parents. You marry, the dynamics change. There's a spouse in the game. There are children. So it should be able to allow you to, evolve as your life stages evolve. Above all, I think it should be clear and unambiguous. No ambiguity at all.
Emma, most people still rely on family contributions or fundraising, right? But we are told this is no longer enough. Why?
Okay, so in as much as it's good to receive contributions from family, it is not something you can really rely on due to how expensive funeral expenses are these days. And so we are encouraging people to say, look, you need to provide or make provisions for these things, plan ahead. Last week we did touch on starting to have discussions around planning towards these eventualities. And for me, it's all about, let me make reference to last week's conversation again. You have people contributing here and there, but it's not enough. And you realize that people coming and then they dictate what you're supposed to do instead of giving your loved one some kind of, honorable farewell. So for us, what we are saying is, come in, let's help you plan this ahead of schedule, even before it happens. Even if the family had to contribute towards these eventualities, it should be a top-up and not something you will solely rely on. And for me, again, Bernard, you are part of this, your old school union thing. When people come around asking for contributions, how do you feel? Sometimes they come at odd times where you do not have anything. And it becomes embarrassing. And sometimes things that you're not supposed to, or comments that you're not supposed to pass, you end up saying things because you do not have at the time. But if you have something planned ahead, it actually augments what the family has. So we shouldn't solely depend or rely on family contributions to plan funeral. It's not predictable.
So, Albert, what is Old Mutual offering in this space as a solution?
Bernard, we want to be partners of the community. We want to offer financial advice, right? Beyond that, we are saying, once we've introduced you, we've educated you, we've assisted you to understand the evolution that you're going through, we've got solutions that can assist you. Start early. Get a legacy transition plan. It's a funeral plan. The earlier you start, the cheaper the premiums are. And then it addresses the challenges that Emma mentioned. You know, she touched on it being unpredictable. Wedding, you know when you are getting married, so you plan towards it. Death happens at times when you have no idea, you have not planned for it. So if you have a good legacy plan, you would have been paying premiums towards this. Our legacy transition plan caters for everybody in the society. You can go for benefits from 20,000 all the way through to, you know, the benefit levels of 300K at inception. So affluent, and then people like myself who can afford 20,000. You can find all of us there. So what we want to make sure is people are adequately supported in times of grief. The legacy transition plan would help you with that. It doesn't have any medical examination. It's simple to understand, and it's flexible.
So tell me what makes it stand out. So you call it a legacy transition plan.
Yeah.
No medical exam, flexibility. Talk a bit more about this. What makes the plan stand out?
So you'll find for a lot of the plans on the market, its benefits are flat. So if I bought a funeral plan 10 years ago and I signed into a 10,000 benefit, it's flat. If the thing has happened in 2026, I get 10,000 benefit. On our legacy transition plan, we've baked in the fact that there's inflation that happens, so there's inflation protection. So as your as benefits increase, so that it covers some of the inflation expenses. So if I also bought it 10 years ago, it's rigid. You know, I don't have any flexibility around it. Whatever I bought for 10K is where it is. Whoever I signed on are the people who are on. But this one, we give you an opportunity every 5 years, reassess your needs. When I bought it, maybe 10,000 was good, but now, I mean, there are so many people in my family circles that I want to bring on board. You can bring them on board every 5 years, do a check, see what benefit level matters for you, and then you can sign up them up as well. So it's flexible in this way to make sure that as life stages change, your needs change, you can also dial into what matters most to you.
What age do you use? Because I know most plans, the age limit is 70, sometimes 75. So what age do you use first and foremost, Emma?
Okay, so the good thing about this legacy plan is it covers up to 80. And it's something that's the good news. And one other wonderful thing about this legacy planning is that it gives you the opportunity to add people who you have insurable interest in, and not just your immediate family. It also gives you the opportunity to cover, as much, lives that you want to cover. So some, they're somehow restricted. They tell you, okay, you can just cover your biological parents. But we know we live in a system where aunties, uncles, and even sometimes big brothers, took care of us. They've contributed meaningfully into our lives. So you also owe them that kind of, support when something happens. So this is very flexible. It gives you the opportunity to bring them all under one umbrella instead of you having to go put individual or different category of family members under different policies. It gives you that particular peace of mind to consolidate all your insurance, the legacy people into one bracket or under one scheme. Yeah.
So this is the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan. How does one get access to this? Where do we start from?
Okay, so one can get access to this by dialing *378 *3#. Last week I messed up, so this time around I'm correcting.
Okay.
So you dial *378 *3#, and you would get to speak to a legacy planning expert. And for our existing customers as well, who would like to see and access their policies, can also download the Old Mutual app on My Old Mutual GH on Apple Store or Play Store. And customers can also send us messages via WhatsApp number 050-833-3537.
Okay.
Let me repeat that. So you can WhatsApp us on 050-833-3537 or visit us on our website, that is www.oldmutual.com.gh. I take that again, www.oldmutual.com.gh. oldmutual.com.gh.
Wonderful. So 050-833-3537 or star 378 star 3 hash. Any final thoughts from you, Albert?
Yeah, I think we are quite appreciative of the work we are doing with yourselves, media and all, to bring financial education to the people. I think people just should be conscious of the future. Let's start early. Let's plan and send our loved ones off honorably.
Wonderful. It's called the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan. A unique plan that helps you go out in dignity, that is not limited to you but covers extended or unlimited family members. It's new, it's convenient, and it has a wider age bracket all the way to 80. So get in touch with Old Mutual for this solution that bridges the gap and helps you transition in style. Thank you, gentlemen and lady. See you soon. Let's talk about Sunny Gold Brown Sugar. For years, you've trusted us for our consistent quality and packaging. Now take control of your sugar intake in a more convenient way with your trusted Sunny Gold brand. We have introduced Sunny Gold Brown Sugar Sticks in 10 and 5G paper sachets. Perfect for hotels, restaurants, schools, homes, offices, or on the go. Sunny Gold Brown Sugar also comes in cubes, bottles, and sachets for your cooking and bulking. Sunny Gold, a tradition of consistent quality. Hello, beautiful customers at Omni Basic Bank. Your securities are priority. Before engaging in any financial offer or investment opportunity, take a moment to confirm through our official channels. Remember, Omni Basic Bank will never request for your PIN, password, card details, OTP, or any confidential information via phone call, SMS, email, or social media. Always rely on our verified communication channels and avoid sharing sensitive information with unverified sources. For assistance, please call 0302 758 555 or call toll free 0800 100 790. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. The Mirror and Labadi Beach Hotel bring you a Mother's Day surprise. She's your first love, your first teacher, your counselor. Celebrate her in a way that she will never forget. Venue Labadi Beach Hotel, date May 10, 2026, time 12 p.m. prompt, rate 750 single, family of 4, 2,800. To grab your ticket, dial star 725 star 7076 hash. For further info, contact 0548 019 572. And if you're looking to explore green energy solutions for your business or home, the AGI's Sustainable Energy B2B Expo 2026 is happening on the 21st of May. That's 2 Thursdays from today at the College of Physicians and Surgeons at Regina Accra. Come and connect with trusted solar and EV companies. Explore green financing. Get sustainable energy solutions tailored for your business. Register at agiesc.com/expo or call 054 83 71 677. That's 054 837 1677. Event brought to you by AGI Energy Service Center in partnership with the Swiss Connect, Confederation of Danish Industries, and the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition and the Energy Commission. Speaking of which, who do I have in studio? We have friends from Translight Solar. Ghana's leading solar technology and smart energy management company. To make reliable solar energy affordable to all through top quality products with a digital financing platform, a lot powered energy management system, and exceptional quality service. Charlie, that thing sounds very wild. Kwesi Ening is the Vice President for Investment and Partnerships for Translight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Bernard. It's good to be here again.
Charlie, you've not been here in a while, so welcome back. We're just talking about a conference on green something.
Yes.
So are you put green? Your power is green.
We are more than green. I mean, we are now transitioning into even Army Green.
Okay.
Because our mission is that every home, every business should be able to have energy independence, and that's what we're preaching.
So tell me about the core operations. Indeed, tell me about the company Translight Solar and your core operations.
Right. So Translight has been operating in Ghana since 2014.
Okay.
And our mission is very simple. We want every home, every business in Ghana to be able to have energy independence.
Mm-hmm.
So why depend so much on the national grid when you have enough sunlight to provide you with the energy that you need?
Okay.
And so for Translight, our core is we design, we install, and then we maintain. And then we also go further to provide you with energy management, which ensures that you can have control over what energy you have, how you're using it. Yeah.
Some Ghanaians have been complaining about unpredictable power lately. Yeah. So from your perspective at Translight, how do you think this is affecting homes and businesses today?
I'll share a story with you. So just the other night, I was watching the Arsenal game.
Hey.
And then a friend of mine called and said, Kwesi, you know what, I was also watching the game. This is a strong Arsenal fan. And he goes like, my lights are awful.
Oh,
what do I do? When can you come and do installation for me? So, I mean, the unreliable power is affecting homes and businesses. But we believe that there's a very simple solution to it. I mean, at Translight, our goal is that every home should be able to have energy independence, as I said. And so with that, we are providing not just the technology, but also an integrated solution that includes financing, energy management, and customer service, so that homes can enjoy uninterrupted power. Businesses can also have the energy that they need to be able to produce and increase their productivity.
So it seems as if a lot of people are moving to solar solutions, right? Yeah. What makes Translight different from other providers in the market?
So at Translight, our commitment is to quality and also customer satisfaction. I mean, you would hear a lot of solar companies talk about what they do and what they have, but ours is very strong on ensuring that our customers are happy. We see solar to be an investment, and with every investment, you'd want to have returns. And so we take a lot of pride in ensuring that we get you the right set of systems that you need and walk through the journey with you so that that investment pays off within a few years. And so Translight sets itself apart as an energy solutions provider, not just an installation company, but we work with you to ensure that firstly we give you the installation that is best suited for your need, but also that you get the returns from it as quickly as you can.
Cost is often a concern. And how does switching to Translight Solar help customers reduce their electricity expenses in the long run?
Right. So Translight Solar looks at cost very seriously. And as I mentioned, we like to make our customers feel that they are making an investment. It's not just a price that you're paying, but you're having an investment that will last for several years. And so what we preach is affordability. Yes, people would say the initial cost is high, but then we work with you to ensure that even without initial cost, is there a way that we can make it affordable to you? So either through our own balance sheet, where we are providing you what we call flexi-pay, or through our partner banks, we can work with you to ensure that that initial burden or the initial outlay that you make is taken from there, so that you can have the opportunity to have the solar. And that is what we are doing currently. And we are happy to speak to any customer who is interested in getting solar for their homes or business.
Is it true that there's currently a special offer running, and how long will that offer be on for before you withdraw it?
So May is a special month. I don't want to say it's my birth month. So
all of us. Are you also bought in morning, May?
Yes.
No wonder. What day?
Mine is 13. But I mean, it has nothing to do with my birth month. It's actually that.
Welcome to the company of Mayborns.
Right. I mean, we've seen a surge in requests for solar because of the irregularity of the power supply recently. And so as a company, we've decided that we want to listen to the voice of the people and now make ourselves available for anybody who is truly interested in getting solar. So starting from May, for as low as 34,000 cedis, you can get a solar installation for your home or for your business. So please come, let's have a discussion around how we can help you to get solar. It's a promotion that we are hoping would last for the month and a little bit beyond, but we pray that anybody who is interested will come as quickly as possible so that they can enjoy the benefits of having reduced cost for their solar.
Are we talking just for homes or also for companies?
Oh, we're also speaking to companies. I mean, we've done now well over 10 megawatts of installations for businesses over the last 10 years. Yes, and so
10 megawatts.
Yes. collectively.
Hey, then you are like a mini ECG.
Yes, we are getting there. And so for our SMEs, for our large corporates, we are happy to come. And Bernard, our approach is very unique. So we will sit with you, we will design the system based on your needs, and then our very expert installation team will come and do the installation for you. So we are very heavy on the businesses as well. I mean, Total Energies, for instance, is one of our key customers.
Okay.
It's most likely that any one of the Total filling stations that you see, if there's any solar installation, would have been done by Translight. So we're also heavy on the corporate side, and we invite SMEs, large corporates, to have a chat with us.
So what does the system comprise of? Is it just the panel? Do you have inverters? What else? What does a typical home system look like?
Right. So for the homes, we have what we call a hybrid system. And so the hybrid system largely has three components. You have your solar panels, which generate the power during the day. And then you have your storage, which are the batteries, which store energy during the day and provide that energy for use during the evening. And of course, we have the ECG. So typically for a home, you'd have your solar panels giving you energy during the day. Around about 6 p.m. when the sun goes down, then you switch to your batteries.
Okay.
Some people, and I'll use myself as an example. In my home, for instance, I have solar. I have programmed it such that when my battery power gets to about 50%, it automatically switches to ECG. And this typically happens around 2 a.m. I'm not a very heavy user of energy. So my usage of energy from 2 a.m. to about 7 a.m. when the sun comes up is really minimal.
And that's your ECG?
That's my ECG. And so what has happened is that my bills are now very low. And I still have a 50% backup on my battery.
Wow.
And Translight is able to do all these ones because, as I mentioned, we take time to design based on your need so that you get the maximum benefit from getting solar.
And you typically put the panels on my roof?
Yes. If the roof space is not enough, we can also work with you to create a carport.
Okay, where you can fix.
Yes.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Carport in the reception. So how can we reach Translight Solar?
So for the period of this promotion and also going forward, you can reach Translight on our hotlines. 0242.
Hotline to heaven.
0242 438 746. Can I take that again?
Yes.
0242 438 746. Alternatively, you can reach us on 0308 255 730. But also visit us on our website. We have a very beautiful website, very informative, very interactive, on www.translightsolar.com. Translight Solar is one word. And also on all our social media handles, Translight Solar.
All right, so the information is out there. Get in touch with Translight Solar and get powered up. The website is what? www.translightsolar.com. Thank you very much, Kwesi Enning, Vice President, Investment and Partnerships, Translight Solar. And Caleb, you know what to do.
I know, right?
You know what to do. You know what to do. So just do it.
Solid.
We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
KFC Ghana just dropped something big. The all-new KFC Kiba. KFC Chichinga Abba. Now, you can enjoy your favorite street-style taste, but KFC style. Crispy, juicy, and full of Chichinga flavor. Order your choice, starting from 2 pieces. KFC is finger-licking good.
This Mother's Day, we celebrate a love that never gives up, even when it's tested. Let's celebrate the quiet strength and endless love of our mothers. Think about the outstanding moments with Mama and share them with us in our Mother's Day promotion, An Episode with Mama. Send a message to 0539 986 996 reflecting on that one moment you hurt your mother with a decision, a word, or an action that caused her pain. And yet in her quiet strength, she chose to forgive you because her love for you was always greater than the pain. Or think about the sacrifices she made, the things she went through, the things she went without, so you could have more. The sleepless nights, the silent struggles, her own dreams set aside just to see you move forward. Many times, these sacrifices go unnoticed. And now cast your mind back to that one defining moment, the midnight advice, the support, the action Mama took that changed your life forever. That single act that continues to guide you all the time. So this Mother's Day, let's go beyond celebration. Let's reflect, let's appreciate, and let's say the words that matter. Add your full name, your phone number, and Mama's full name, and send to 0539 986 996 via WhatsApp. Let's give Mama her flowers while she can feel it. The An Episode with Mama promotion is powered by 97.3 Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by GTP and supported by Takira.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
This damn patch again. Ebo, look at this wall. Every few months, the same damn patch comes back. I've painted it twice already. What is all this?
Kofi, you can't fight moisture with paint too. The problem is inside the building itself.
Yes. So what can I do? The house is already finished.
Simple. Gasem Super Strong Waterproof Cement. It's a new cement with built-in water protection technology.
Water protection?
Yes.
So it's just for repairs?
No, my friend. That's the difference. Use it to fix dampness and seepage. Or use it for new buildings. Foundation, block work, plastering. One cement that builds and protects.
Wow.
Gasm Super Strong Waterproof Cement. The one cement that builds and protects. Build it right once. Gasm, the nation builder.
Turn up your sound experience with the We Hear speakers by Lovi. From the sleek We Hear 1 to the powerful We Hear 2. And now the premium We Hear Pro. Fully endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. This is not just a speaker. It's a flexible, high-performance outdoor Bluetooth speaker built to bring your music to life anywhere. With up to 100 watts of music power, you get bold, immersive sound wherever you go. All available in stylish standout colors. Now the good news. From April 20th to May 20th, grab yours at a special discounted price. The We Hear 1 now at 400 Ghana cedis, the We Hear 2 at 900 Ghana cedis, and the premium We Hear Pro now as 3,800 Ghana cedis. Don't miss out. Call 020-195-7739 or pick up at the Atlantic Towers. You can also grab yours at Orange FM Kumasi, Plus FM, or 3 Music TV in Accra. Number 12 Afunya Street at Belengpe. Don't miss out on this special discounted offer. It's the We Hear promo powered by Lovi. We Hear, feel the power, hear the difference.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The same old tune.
Let me wish Mr. William Wanompe a happy belated birthday. Yesterday he was 60 years old. William Wanompe is Mr. the founder Wanompe and CEO of Bread Boutique, Solid, and also of the Auto Clinic.
Yeah, man.
And he hit the big 6-0 yesterday. Mr. Wanompe, happy birthday to you. Live long, prosper.
Amen.
Bring us bread. That's the message.
The bread of
live
life.
long, prosper.
Bring us bread.
To celebrate, you know, somebody built
600 bread for a 60th birthday. That's pieces of bread we're asking for.
So somebody's building 600 unit, 600 bed facility.
What assorted bread?
So Mr. Wanompe, so you do the needful.
Girlfriend is here, you know, because it's coming to second emotion.
Somebody celebrated his 60th birthday by building a 600 bed.
Yeah.
Mr. Wanompe is the founder of Bread Boutique, and he runs Auto Clinic. So he should look at the life of Orisapo and advise himself
accordingly.
On the most serious note, Charlie, happy birthday. He's a great guy.
And Professor Babu, I think.
Yeah. Is his wife or his daughter?
His wife. What do you mean?
His wife or daughter?
Yes, 50.
Where's the message?
A big 50.
Today is Ernestina Babuatin's 50th birthday.
Yeah, man.
Wishing her good health and long life and God's protection.
Thank you.
Being the wife of a vice chancellor is not an easy job.
At all.
Because the university owns your husband. So we can only pray for grace for you.
Amen.
And wisdom and long life.
And also, let me send thank you wishes to my former relationship manager, Yakubu Sheini. He was an awesome
former.
Yes,
he used to manage your accounts.
Edem Akoto used to handle me
in a bank,
and then Edem got rich
and left you.
So he pushed me to Yakubu, and Yakubu too got rich, and he has pushed me to somebody. But he got me. You saw the hat I was wearing.
He brought you a proper fugu.
Yes, a proper fugu. Yes, I look very good. I look like a king.
So your Wednesday
fugu is sorted.
So
for thank you very much, Yakubu.
If you can find a slim fit fugu for me, I'll wait.
Is there anything like a slim fit fugu?
Because the ones available.
Me and Jenna Mosquito.
But Mosquito finds his size.
No, Mosquito, he doesn't care.
You need to contact Mosquito Taylor.
You know, the thing about Mosquito is that Mosquito, whatever he wears, he feels confident in it. You know, Mosquito, he's a serious guy. So he get fugu.
Yes.
But I don't get my size.
Charlie, but later we will talk about a couple of things.
No, we have to. The letter.
Callistus Mahama has a letter B.
There's a very, very powerful letter written by the President Secretary.
I've seen it.
Which we should make time to read. But get ready for Africa's biggest athletic spectacle, 24th All Africa Games. No, Senior African Athletics Championship.
We are going.
12th to 17th May, University of Ghana Sports Complex.
Yeah.
You know, I went with my kids to the All Africa Games.
We are going for this one.
Always remember.
Yeah.
I want to encourage people to send their families. You know, send your children. The Legon Sports Stadium is very good. Very child friendly. And trust me, you will enjoy the experience.
The atmosphere is brilliant.
Usually they bring the Vandals to come and see Jama on the popular stand to cheer the Ghanaians, and it's very, very powerful. Watching the athletes run physically is very, very nice.
We all saw how beautifully Botswana did it for the world relays.
So let's
beat what Botswana did.
I want to encourage families. Carry your kids. 12 May is when? From Tuesday.
Next week Tuesday.
From Tuesday, we don't empty stadium.
No, it won't be.
Yes. So let's go on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It ends on when?
It's 17th. And it's free gate, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, it's free gate. It's free gate.
17th is when?
It's free gate.
Charlie, all the athletes are coming off.
Everybody's there.
Diagon is coming. Azamati, Beatrice Chebet, Abdul Rashid Saminu, Joe Paul Amwa.
Senior.
I watched Joe Paul do the 200.
Yeah.
And you know, that day we lost the 100 by an inch.
Yes.
So the 200, the stadium make wild. And I think Charlie, Joe Paul,
the film, no, and
it was the 200. Charlie, he win the 200.
Joe Paul over the air. Joe Paul over the air. Joe Paul over the. Charlie, Tuesday.
He won the 200 and did a lap of honor around the stadium.
Yeah, man.
Because you know we had lost the relay.
Yeah.
And Joe Paul gave us the 200.
We will win the relay.
We won the high jump too.
We will win the relay.
I think we are the informed team for the relay.
We will win the relay.
The relay will win it.
The South Africans will be problematic. The Nigerians will be problematic. But we will win the relays.
We'll do some things.
Oh, operations. Operations.
While we do that, we celebrate our amazing mothers in style at the iconic Ghanaian Village restaurant inside La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Will be hosted by our mother of honor, the fabulous Oheneyere Gifty Auntie, and the Ghana Immigration Band will serve us. Great music is on the 10th of May. Look sharp, 12 noon to 4:30 p.m. It's just $750 for adults and half the price for kids, 6 to 12. There'll be other activities to make it memorable, so book your reservation now. 0302 215-100 or 0268-710-684 La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We've got Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. So grab yours today. It's available at a local store near you. 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. You will elevate your audio with We Hear by Low. It's featuring a vibrant range of colors like denim, neon, and black. Discover the full lineup, including the We Hear Low Pro, the only model in a series endorsed by Kylian Mbappe. The We Hear 1 is 400 CDs, We Hear 2 900 CDs, and We Hear Pro, the one Mbappe endorses, is 3,800. So call 020-195-7739 to order now. Visit us at Atlantic Towers, number 12, Afunya Street, Abelenque. We Hear by Low. Feel the power, hear the difference. And Academic City University, in partnership with the African Engineering Council, Ghana Institution of Engineering, and the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation, invite engineers, innovators, and students to collaborate for Engineering Education Advancement Africa Summit 2026. It's happening this month from the 20th to the 23rd at Academic City Campus Hatro, under the theme Engineering Education for a Sustainable Future in Emerging Economies. It will feature distinguished speakers like Engineer Professor Elsie Efa Kaufman, Professor Cedric A.K. Kulaomi, and Professor Fred Magbagon-Lori. And it's a unique platform bringing together industry leaders. So call 0209-389-468 or visit act@edu.gh. Don't watch the future happen. Be part of building it.
That's all we have time for the City Breakfast Show today. The whole team was here. Myself, Bernard, with Richard Sky, Godfrey Akotobo Afo, Francis Kakaka Forsen, and Kalekuda. City News at 10 with Samuel Akom. Samuel.
Good morning. Coming up, family of late Charles Emisa expresses shock over circumstances leading to his death following report. And all third-year male students of Olgatanga Technical Institute ordered to vacate school premises with immediate effect. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. The family